You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
It may look a little sunny in the camera. It may feel a little sunny outside, but it is definitely hoodie weather, and hoodie weather is in full effect, which I'm not mad at. The northern part of me is all for this right now. Hamby, you grew up in the South.
Yes.
How you feeling about this weather right now?
I'm in for
You're in.
for right now.
Yeah, for right now.
It'll get old pretty fast, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, let's just get a week. Let's just get a week with some sunshine and everything, some hoodies, and
I
I'm
went
not
on
mad
a late
about
night
it.
walk last night by myself just because I wanted to feel what it was like to be cold for the
Feel
first time
that
in a long time.
briskness, you know what I'm saying? Feel the
That's it.
briskness. And is there anything better than cutting the AC off, opening up the windows in the house, and having to get under those? I mean, like it's something to be said about the cold temperatures, man, which I appreciate. It kind of lets you know that Thanksgiving's right around the corner, Christmas is right around, and especially in Florida, where you got really palm trees that don't change colors. So, like, all I have to hang on to really is, like, the colder temperatures. And, like, if it's Thanksgiving, would I prefer snow? Absolutely. But if you can't get that, let's at least, like, let's remind ourselves that it's wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, and I don't know how, like, you feel about it, Hamby, or how the SEC fans feel about it, where it just means a little more. Cold weather is football weather. Not 90 degrees in your boat shoes and your shortened cutoff khaki shorts with your tucked in polo shirts. Give me hoodies. Give me Carhartt bibs. Give me snow pants if you got them. Give me a beanie. Pounding some beer. We don't need these fancy cocktails. Give me a Miller Lite. Let's go.
Okay.
Give me the meat and potatoes of football. I don't need the Catalina wine mixer at Ole Miss to tailgate at. Give me some fried food. Give me a bratwurst. Give me some cheap beer, and let's go.
Let's go.
It's football, man. Hamby, you're more the tucked in boat shoes and
I don't think I own boat shoes.
You don't own boat shoes?
Nah, I mean I don't think hey dudes are boat shoes at all. So
Isn't that kind of like a prerequisite? But when you go between the hedges. I feel like I see some boat shoes
no,
now
there are
between the
definitely boat
hedges.
shoes there for sure.
Okay, but you're not on board with that.
Not yet.
So then, okay, let me ask you this: would you rather tailgate like in the summertime in that warm weather, or do you want more colder weather?
I mean 60s would be perfect.
60s is
But
always
this,
perfect.
I would rather 80 than this for
Okay.
tailgating.
Oh, Hamby, you're out of your mind.
There have
man.
been some Georgia-Florida games that have been around this cold.
Yeah,
very
yeah,
few, but a couple.
Yeah,
Not very fun.
just not for you. It's football weather, man. You have to grow to love it. Dude, like you're talking to the guy. My sophomore year of high school, we had to play on a field that had 2 feet of snow in like the playoffs, and I got a halftime because I'm not even kidding. It didn't even feel like football, right? Like you couldn't throw it, you could barely run. Like you've seen snow before, Hamby, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've walked in snow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like imagine like snow.
Yeah, not a lot's getting done.
Yeah, so imagine like snow up to like halfway up, like your calf. And like that's what we're playing with. They had to bring in like the local tractors at halftime to try to like push some of the snow off. So it was like, it was like halfway
That's a
playable.
disaster.
Oh, and by the way, not to mention, in our high school, you can't wear long sleeves.
Not allowed.
If you have any kind of playing time, I think that's changed now. But back when I played, and shout out to our head coach Scott Erickson, who's still there. Dude, I mean, taught me a bunch about football. Really, my passion from football grew from him. But he had a philosophy of if you're going to be on the field, you're not wearing long sleeves. Because he was under the philosophy if you wear long sleeves, number one, that makes you soft, and number two, you're going to miss tackles because you're soft. Thankfully I was running around and body heat and everything helped you out, but there were some guys that would come in like on punt team and then have to go off the field dying, shivering, eating chicken soup broth like in our Gatorade containers just to try to maintain. So yeah, man, shout out to those cold weather games. Now don't shout out to the snow when it's like 2 feet and everything, but shout out to those cold weather games, man. It's I should bring in some. I think I have some pictures of that game, dude. Like, because it was the playoffs, right? So like they weren't going to cancel it. Like they kind of had to do what they had to do to play that game. it wasn't football. Like, probably the fastest guy, Hamby, realistically, might have been running like a 6-flat 40. Like, it just wasn't football. But we ended up winning. It was a huge upset. We won the game, and then thankfully we went on and to play in some better weather where we didn't have 2 feet of snow to worry about. And by the way, like, no one talks about this too when you're playing that kind of snow. Because once again, we're in high school. This isn't a D1 college or the pros, so you don't get a change of cleats or a change of socks. So like playing in that, and then like you're sweating, so your socks are getting like pretty soaked, and then having to go to the sideline at halftime because there is no locker room. This is Central Wisconsin, so you have to just go chill on the sidelines for halftime, and your socks now from sweating are starting to have icicles on them. Hey, gross, man. Gross. But, by the way, welcome to the Brent and Austen Show. Jason Hamby pushing all the right buttons. I'm Austen Lane.
Brent will be with us momentarily.
Do you know where Brent's at today? I saw Delphonic in the chat say he might be getting some lobster bisque. Who knows?
Oh.
Is that where he's at? Is he with like a team luncheon?
No.
Do we know? Okay.
I think he's catching some ball.
Catching some ball. I don't know what that means, Hamby. That can mean a lot of things.
I think it's his daughter's softball game.
Oh, right on. Let's go, Kaylee. I mean, can we not broadcast from there? I'm not even lying. Let's go. Daytona, right?
I think this one's a little further south.
Okay. Well, nevertheless, let's get some broadcasting. Is Kaylee on the bump today?
I would assume so if he's going.
Well, let's go then, man. Not mad about that. I want to see Kaylee pitch. Help Brent to get that ninja going there, and we can see what we can work with. Did you watch the game last night, Hamby?
I did.
Probably should have made it a Harry Potter night, huh?
Actually, it was semi-entertained.
I mean, it was semi-entertaining. Now, thankfully, I didn't have anybody going in fantasy and things like that, so I was unbiased of who I wanted to win. You know, I thought the Eagles were going to win on Jags Happy Hour. I said the Eagles were going to win. Didn't think it was going to look like that, though. A lot of takeaways from that game. The biggest takeaway for me, and like, I don't want to over-embellish this, but I think there might be something to this now because we see how the Jaguars offense is playing. We see the resurgence now of the 49ers. We saw what happened with the Packers last night. If you lose your bona fide tight end, does your offense just go in the crapper? Because you could tell last night without Kraft for Green Bay, they were not the same offense. And I've spoken this before a little bit. I still don't think Green Bay knows what they want to do on offense. I think they have a guy in Josh Jacobs that they want to give the ball 30 times a game to because that's kind of the system that Matt LaFleur comes from when he had Derrick Henry in Tennessee. And then, you know, when Green Bay drafted A.J. Dillon, I think they want to kind of replicate what they had in Tennessee with Derrick Henry. A.J. Dillon wasn't Derrick Henry, yada, yada. But now that they have a bell cow in Josh Jacobs. So they give him the ball accordingly. But you also have a guy in Jordan Love who is paid now to be a franchise quarterback, who has willed them on a playoff run before, who has shown glimpses of being that dude. I just don't think they know what they are yet because is it Josh Jacobs in the running game's offense or is it your franchise quarterback's offense? And I think sometimes they don't gel well and they don't play complementary football on the offensive side of the end. Nevertheless, Brenton Strange, a reliable receiver. We've spoken on his blocking prowess, goes down, and this offense isn't the same. George Kittle goes down for a couple weeks. Christian McCaffrey kind of has a slight decline. 49ers offense isn't what it used to be. George Kittle comes back in his first game, has 0 receptions. I forgot who this game was against. It was a couple weeks ago. I should know because I had him in fantasy.
You did, and you bet on it.
And I bet on it. Had 0 receptions, but was getting highlighted the entire game because of all the blocks that he was making. All the great blocks. Now, blocks don't get you jack in fantasy, but it remains to be seen with Christian McCaffrey. He's had a resurgence now. And guess what? The 49ers are winning football games. So Hamby is, and I get like these past couple years, I feel like there's more of a love for the tight end position. There's National Tight End Day. There's Tight End University. and all this stuff. But those three examples I just gave, 49ers losing George Kittle for a bit, Packers losing Kraft for the season, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars with Brenton Strange, should there be a premium on the tight end position and how important it is to a team?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, what you've seen right now is that these offenses have been crippled without these guys, especially ones who can catch and who can block. I mean, the Jaguars' offense has been a shell of itself. Not that it was ever popping at really any point in the season, but you can see it's just not the same at all without Strange. And, I mean, you go down the line with Kraft and Kittle as well. It's a disaster.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think, you know, I mean, listen, injuries happen in the NFL all the time, right? And I think Brenton Strange, you know, being hurt has been kind of lost on some people. I mean, I don't want to say it's lost on some people, but like it's kind of on the back burner right now, right? Because there's so much more things to talk about. There's this defense. There's the drops from the wide receivers. You know, there's Trevor. There's the play calling. There's getting beat by Houston like you did. Like there's so many more things that get that overlook the Brenton Strange situation. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that he comes back against the Chargers because they obviously need him. But I guess the question is, Hamby, if Brenton Strange does find himself in the lineup on Sunday against the Los Angeles Chargers, like, I get that Texans' loss is still fresh in all our systems, and it still hurts and everything. And right now, I think a lot of the Jaguars fan base has zero faith that this team can actually make a playoff run. But if Brenton Strange comes back, how much does that increase their chances to not only, number one, beat the Chargers, but also, you know, maybe make that playoff run?
It's really impossible to know. I mean, I would think that if they were to get all of these guys back, from Travis Hunter to Brenton Strange to BTJ, that would really change things. And I don't want to undersell. I think Brenton Strange, the loss is huge, and I think getting him back would be huge. I just don't know if it's quite the move on the needle mover to really get the Jags back in the playoff hunt. I think the Texans' loss was just that big.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned Travis Hunter, which we'll see when he comes back. Let's just say we'll see with that one. Brian Thomas Jr. hopefully comes back for the Chargers, and Brenton Strange we'll see as well. Out of those guys on offense, which one do they need the most going forward? Travis Hunter, Brenton Strange, Brian Thomas Jr.
I think it's Brenton Strange.
I agree with you. We have Brent Martineau in?
Looks like it.
Let's go ahead and ask Brent Martineau what he thinks. Travis Hunter, Brenton Strange, Brian Thomas Jr. Brent, which one do you need the most right now on this team?
Ask him one more time.
I mean, I'm just going to let it build a little bit, man. The suspense is killing everybody. Hey, Brenton Strange, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter. On offense, which one do the Jaguars need back the most?
That's a great question. I've been listening to your whole tight end conversation. I think it's a really good one. I would say I would take Travis Hunter amongst them all right now. I feel like, gosh, that's a hard question. Yeah, I would then go probably Brenton Strange and then Brian Thomas Jr., and I don't like the fact that I have to answer it that way, but I do think that the Jags were missing the other day juice again, right? And I think that juice does come from Brenton Strange, but I think it really comes from Travis Hunter. And I think he is the guy that can be someone that we were talking about yesterday to go make a play that nobody's making. And now Parker Washington, in fairness to him, has made a couple of those kind of plays. But the Jags are missing that elite player we're talking about. We think Travis Hunter has the ability to be elite. Brian Thomas Jr. is not playing elite. I'm not sure we quantify Brenton Strange, and we think he's good. I don't think he's elite, at least not yet. There's not enough evidence. So, fascinating question. I'm going to land on Travis Hunter, although I know where you're taking this, and I want to kind of say Strange, but I'm not going to do it.
No, that's cool. And once again, just to kind of address the chat a little bit, the question was on offense. Like, obviously, yes, you want to get Travis Hunter back the most because he plays on offense and defense. But I'm just saying, like, going forward, what do the Jaguars miss the most? What do they need back on offense? And, like, yeah, obviously Travis Hunter in that Rams game showed that, okay, he has all the makings to be a one receiver. They get in Jacoby Myers now a little bit. For what he was asked to do against the Texans, I thought he looked great. When the ball came his way, he made the catches. And then there were some hard catches to make, too, as well, with some defenders on him. So I think now with the emergence of Jacoby Myers, who we only think is probably going to get better game by game, getting more acclimated in the system, yeah, I just think that Brenton Strange, in terms of his attitude, in terms of that physicality, obviously his run blocking abilities, but also I felt like before he went out, he was Trevor's security blanket. Mm-hmm. I think this team's missing Brenton Strange the most right now. And once again, I just kind of echo my first point of this segment. I just think that sometimes it gets lost of just how important that tight end position is. Just because you play fantasy football right now and the Travis Kelce numbers are down, maybe the George Kittle numbers are down a little bit, doesn't mean they're not influential in that run game as well.
Yeah, it's such a good question. I wonder behind closed doors who they would say, Austen. If they would think a lot of that edge mentality, all this stuff, the running game, because the running game hasn't been terrible the last couple of weeks. They've committed to it. I thought they've had effective yards. Again, Houston very good. They ran for 94 yards. The week prior, obviously, against the Raiders, they did a nice job with the run game. They really stuck to it, 27 touches for ETN. So I don't think they're running poorly right now. They were for a bit, and we knew Strange was a part of that. I do think Trevor misses a bit of a security blanket at the moment. And I don't know how much of this was Houston, just because Houston's so good defensively, but the separation wasn't there on a lot of plays because the Jags are kind of mismatched with their secondary without having Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. to kind of pull some attention away from other people. And now you're relying on, third, fourth, fifth receivers to get open against that secondary tall task. So I think there's a lot of ways to shake this up. But I almost feel like, in a weird way, the answer needs to be Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. Like, those should be the answers because those should be your elite players. We thought Brian Thomas Jr. was going to be that this year. He hasn't been. But then I would love to know if Cohen and company would say, yeah, but if we have this glue guy, if we have Brent Strange, and I wonder if Green Bay would say the same thing, just because he's a really good player anyway in Kraft. But I wonder if they look at that tight end as more of that glue that makes the offense go. And once you take him off, look at the last 2 weeks against the Jags. Look at Bowers. Look at Schultz. I thought Schultz was the most impactful player on the field in the big spots, quite frankly, for Houston on Sunday. And we see it around the league each week. I don't think they jump out as the star player all the time, but they might be the glue guy. And Strange might absolutely be that. He could be the answer to your question.
No, without a doubt. And listen, I'm sure Liam Cole would probably lean towards Travis Hunter just because of what you invested to get him to help out Trevor Lawrence and everything. But, if you look back to last year when Liam Cohen was the offensive coordinator of the Buccaneers and you lost Mike Evans for a little bit, you lost Chris Godwin for the year, who was the guy that stepped up in terms of the receiving game? It was Cade Otton.
Cade Otton, yeah.
That was kind of the glue that held that team together while they lost two of their captains on offense, and they're trying to get Mike Evans back. So I think in a Liam Cohen offense, the tight end is definitely a premium position, and I think it gets overlooked so much in terms of what Brenton Strange can do in the run game, just because there's been so many problems that we can poke at, right? So we almost forget that Strange has been out, but you hope now that he comes back against the Chargers and they get a giant bump because of it. Travis Hunter, we'll have to wait and see what that situation is in terms of if he's coming back this year or not.
Yeah, it's a great question, man. I think, Hamby asked this question actually in our in email today, some leftover stuff from yesterday. And, you just nailed it, right? You can pick one injured player to return this Sunday fully healthy. You just said those three. There's also Eric Murray and Jordan Lewis on the other side of the ball. Because again, Travis Hunter now factors in on that side. So how much are those guys impacting not being there? Because we said this yesterday. We've said this now for last few days. The Jags have the exact football team they had last year when they were the 32nd, 31st, 30th ranked defense in so many categories. The guys they brought in to help were Eric Murray and Jordan Lewis and Travis Hunter, and they're missing all three of those guys. So I guess to flip it around, I think the offense feels a little bit more impactful because the names are big, Austen. But if you get one of those guys back this Sunday, well, you're not going to get Murray back or Travis Hunter. So if you get Jordan Lewis back this Sunday, Does that make a difference on this defense? Because, to be honest with you, I thought Jarian Jones played an okay game, or maybe even a pretty good game in that spot. I don't know if anybody played a good game on defense, but he actually made some plays. So how much does Lewis help? Do you really need Murray, or would you really need Travis Hunter on the defensive side? I guess same question for you on the defense. Who would you take over anybody else?
Oh, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is your best cover corner that you have on the team right now. So to me, it's Travis Hunter. But if you want to dig deeper into that question, I think Jordan Lewis coming back is going to give them a slight bump because, I think his play in terms of, his position has been okay. But the dude brings, I feel like that mentality kind of like Brenton Strange brings on offense, where you're getting veteran leadership, but you're also kind of getting a guy that plays with a little emotion, I think, in the back end. And that's what you need. So short-term answer, obviously Jordan Lewis, just because that's going to be big of him coming back, bringing that mentality. But the answer is Travis Hunter because he is your best coverage guy that you have.
I think both of those guys would be huge. But honestly, I might take Eric Murray. I think there's a chance that a lot of these guys are overcompensating their position to try and make up for maybe they don't trust, a distrust in the back half and the back end, whether it's Antonio Johnson or Dewey Wingard. I think people might be trying, to go outside of their job, their role. Maybe that's why we're seeing a fourth quarter collapse. I mean, you can go back to the 2-point conversion attempt in Vegas. Antonio Johnson is kind of running in circles there, and I don't think necessarily everybody trusts him to be where he's supposed to be. Whether the defense is safe, maybe they're overcompensating in that area. And I just think about, like, Jordan Lewis is really good, but maybe Jarian Jones has played pretty well. The replacement has been okay. I don't know if Eric Murray's replacement has been okay. Not to say he's a better player, but maybe you need him back a little bit sooner than the others.
I mean, it's not a bad point, Hamby, because if you look at this defense right now, they have more of a safety problem, I feel like, than a cornerback problem. And whether it's guys maybe not playing in the right position, whether it's Dewey where you're depending on him to be that center fielder, and I think he's more suited to be in the box, whether it's them not getting the right communication. I do agree with you, Hamby, where if Murray does come back, you definitely get a bump, I feel like, in that safety group, which might be the biggest thing set aside from your defensive line. So it's not a bad observation. It's just here's the problem right now with that secondary and the safeties. Like, they drafted Caleb Ransaw for a reason, and that's another guy that people kind of forget about a little bit. That guy was supposed to be one of your starting safeties. Like, his speed, his size, and I get that he played a lot of cornerback in college, but I believe the vision was that he was going to be one of your starting safeties. Well, you lose him off the get-go. You get Murray. Well, then you lose him for a bit. Like, they don't really have a lot of buttons to press right now at the safety position, and they kind of got to make do with what they have. The issue is just what they have right now isn't being successful.
Yeah, I think you could argue Murray is a bigger problem because of what they have. I think Jarian Jones is suited to play the inside, can play the inside, has done a little bit, actually brings a little bit of that edge and mentality too, where Antonio Johnson looks like he's having a tough time. We knew it was pretty thin. What's your other option? Go to Austen Lane? And then the domino effect to make Dewey into the best player he can be, right? There's that. I always said that about when Devin Lloyd wasn't playing well over the years. I said that about Foye Oluokun. When you don't trust the guy next to you, and it's not that you don't trust them, this, Austin. It's a very subtle thing, almost a subconscious thing. You don't fully trust them. And so you have faith in your teammate because you have to have faith in your teammate, but the trust isn't at the level that it needs to be, where you start to do other things or you doubt a little bit and then you hesitate. And if you hesitate in this league, it's over. Like, you can't hesitate in this league. Mm-hmm. And what you're seeing on defense right now is some hesitation, I think, out of Dewey, out of Antonio Johnson. And you can't make up for it, but you don't fully trust it. And you have to, but you can't. Like, all those things. That's just the reality. And if they had Austen Lane in there, they'd be doing the same. The one thing about Murray, he was not this dynamic all-pro big signing. It's just that he was good. He was just going to do his job. And the Jags right now don't have somebody to do their job. I think Jarian Jones is probably better off to do his job. I think Jordan Lewis adds all the things that you guys said. But, yeah, I think the Jags are really hurting at safety right now, and especially with the fact that the pass rush isn't getting home. So, I mean, when you need something to be a little bit tighter to allow the pass rush to maybe get home, you don't have that right now. And that's why the Jags, I think, are grasping at straws a bit. And by the way, they're not getting Murray back anytime soon. And one other note on this is I didn't get a whole lot of confidence that they were getting Brenton Strange back this week and I don't know anything on this front. Yeah, I know they can open the window, and it certainly sounded like Cohen said they're going to open the window and see what they do in practice Wednesday, Thursday. But it wasn't like, oh, yeah, he will be ready to go. Now, when they open the window, sometimes it takes some time, guys, is my point. Like, it might be another week off before they get Brenton Strange back. I really don't know exactly where he's at in his comeback process. And they've been super cautious even with Devin Lloyd. Lloyd could have played last week against the Raiders, I think. But even Cohen said, hey, I want to be really cautious. Don't want to re-aggravate that thing for the stretch run. We'll see if they do the same thing with Brenton Strange.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a little different injury with Brenton Strange. So we'll see how they go about it. I do feel like it's a pivotal game against the Chargers. But, I mean, yeah, this is, we give a lot of credence to Liam Cohen of just, being transparent and everything, but injuries are always kind of the hard one with this team to read, and probably as they should be if you want to believe in the gamesmanship and everything like that. But, like, if I was going to put a wager on it, I would think that Strange is back for Sunday, but once again, you can't really go off of anything based off what, the coaches are saying. You just kind of have to wait and see.
I also just wish we had an update on Travis Hunter. Not that they're obligated to give us one or should have, but man.
I'm not going to, you might be waiting a little. That's all I'm going to say about that one.
I think that's they're gonna really take their time with that one, because I think that one's going to come down to not only when he can come back. It's certainly we think, and we almost know it's not a 4-week injury. It's going to also be what the standings say, most likely when it comes to Travis Hunter. So. I think we do have potential good news on Brenton Strange. We're a ways off on Eric Murray. Hopefully they get a chance to get Jordan Lewis back. I would think they got a chance to get Brian Thomas Jr. back this week as well. So they could get healthier this week, and we'll see. All right, let's do this. Take a break. Somebody just mentioned Gladstone is performing open heart surgery on the fly with his roster. That's a very interesting analogy. I've never thought about it like that. But what about the job Gladstone's done? Austen, I want to get your take a little bit. Has he had a little bad luck with all these injuries we're talking about with the actual guys that he brought in to help change the football team, whether it's on the field performance or even the mentality of the football team? A lot of those guys are out. And so what does that mean? Is that not a great job by the GM? Is that unlucky by the GM? And how long is it going to take him to get this to where he wants to be? Remember, there are like 25 new players on this roster this year. So like they made a pretty seismic move of the roster in shifting this thing. But we'll see what we think about James Gladstone, and we'll talk about that when we come back. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. We appreciate everyone's service and everyone that's impacted by the military men and women who serve in their families and have served. So make sure you give a salute to all the veterans out there if you see anyone here on this Tuesday. Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. A lot more Jags talk on the way right after this.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jags Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location, right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table.
Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Oh, the tush push.
False start. Call it.
False start.
Watch it.
The one on the bottom
I
was
know
called
it
a false
was.
start. One on the top was
The one on the top was egregious. Like, how can you be? Look where the ref is on the top. How can you not call that?
Hamby, go and put this in the bookmarks because I'll repeat myself one last time. why defensive lines and linebackers aren't putting their hands on the butts of their defensive linemen to try to get an extra push, to try to get an extra edge, is lost on me. We want to sit here and say that Ryan Nielsen ruined the defense last year, and I think a lot of people would probably agree with that sentiment. But one thing that he did know how to do was stop the tush push. And how did Ryan Nielsen do it? He had linebackers with their hands on the defensive linemen's butts. And until that gets through to every single defensive coordinator in the NFL, you are not going to stop the tush push. I don't know how many times we have to have this conversation. I don't know if we have to chop it and clip it up and send it to every single NFL team. That's how you do it. Ryan Nielsen gave you the blueprint, and nobody wants to do it. All right. End of TED Talk.
Yeah, you said it. You said it. Hey, because of the penalties on the tush push that aren't being called, and this isn't the first time, do you think it's going to get banned this offseason? There was momentum anyway. Do you think it's going to get banned?
A great question. Do I think it's going to get banned? So you saying, do I think it's going to get banned this year after this season?
Yeah, because there was some momentum last year, and then it got tabled at the owners' meetings, and now it's like there's a lot more eyes on the officiating of it. Not even actually the execution of the play, but the officiating of it and how hard it is because you take some of these different angles. Again, I don't think that angle was very difficult. I mean, that didn't need a sky cam angle or something like that to see people moving. But there are some angles like that where you see a lot of that activity going on that's really hard to see for the officials. Well, that one wasn't. I mean, that was so obvious, and the guy's right down the line. I don't know what he's looking at. Maybe his job is just to look at offsides or something. I don't know. But yeah, bottom line is I feel like there's momentum for the tush push to get banned because of the officiating part of it on top of already the momentum of people don't like the play.
I think if somebody gets hurt, and I'm not sure if someone has gotten hurt from this play yet this year, if somebody gets hurt, then I think there's grounds to at least have the conversation of why they should get rid of it. But if that's not the case, then the refs need to do their job despite how hard the view is, and I think the play should still be allowed. I mean, it's within the rules. I think it's a football play, and I just think that the Eagles have mastered how to do it, and nobody else has tried to figure out how to stop it or do it themselves, and that's leaving a lot of coaches bitter. I think if people are healthy during that play, I say let it roll.
Yeah, I would probably too. I think that's where I agree with you. I mean, it's really hard to ban something just because a team's good at it.
Yeah,
they're built for it. They're built for it.
Like, imagine that conversation, like, in the rules meeting. Like, all right, because obviously the Packers had a problem with it last year. You know, I mean, that was kind of like the storyline going in that game. It's like, what do you do? Like, you get in front of, like, the commission and just like, hey, I'd like to nominate, you know, the tush push get taken out of football. And then they ask you, okay, well, on grounds of what? Well, they're really good at it and we're not, and it sucks because you can't stop it. Like, what are those conversations like?
Yeah, that's the problem, right? That's the crazy thing is. And now, again, if you can now go into that same meeting and say, well, listen, it's not being officiated properly. If you can say that, then that's a different story. So I think that's why it's got momentum probably to be banned. Quick, I don't want to let this comment go because there was a comment in the chat, and I know we talked a little bit about this yesterday before we get to Gladstone. How about Cohen? There was somebody who said, hey, I don't like the last couple of news conferences from Liam Cohen. I think they might be referring to Sunday and then yesterday. I don't really know why they'd be that bothered by yesterday. But I think you're going to get some of this, Austin. I don't feel – I know what you said yesterday. You're like, hey, I can see if you're a player in the locker room, you don't love some of it. I can also see if you're in the media or if you're a fan, you like it, right? So there's two different things you're asking for here or you're looking at. I want to dive a little bit deeper into the locker room stuff. I know it's not normal to just say it how it is sometimes in front of the media. But does that add to the softness of players, do you think? Is there a deeper message there of, hey, well, so what, man? We all know it. Like, I can't lie about it. The pass rush isn't there. We're the worst in the league at it. They dropped back 45 times. We got 4 QB hits. Like, we all know what it is. They're not getting home. I'm not going to lie about it. Like, so why does that potentially have a bad impact on the locker room?
Because I feel like NFL players can be sensitive creatures, and if you single a group or just one person out after a tough loss, I think with some individuals that can rub them the wrong way. I saw it firsthand with Mike Mularkey on his only year in Jacksonville. It was never with me. I always respected Coach Mularkey. But I felt like there was some times where he'd maybe call a player out or something like that, and, they felt a certain type of way about it. So, once again, we aren't privileged to seeing what the conversations are like behind the scenes after that game in the meeting rooms. All I have to go off of is a press conference because, when you lose, you're not going to show the losing game speech or whatever, right? So I don't know what that conversation was like, but just based off of that press conference. And once again, like he's saying what we all know, and he's saying what the players in that locker room know. I just think that in terms of accountability, you have to make sure that everyone's kind of having their share. Yes, the defense absolutely lost you that game against Houston, and it should be on the defense. They should feel sick to their stomachs watching that film back and watching Davis Mills do what he did. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to steer the ship towards the playoffs, you're going to need your defense to do their part. You're going to have to play complementary football. And part of complementary football is you can't go 3 and out, and put your defense in a bad position when they're already playing behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, I get the dynamic, by the way. I really get the dynamic. And then yesterday, I totally understood what you were saying about, hey, media fans versus, okay, what's it mean to the locker room? I do think there's something to that. And then I'm trying to explain it to people, and it's just like, okay, well, at the end of the day, you're just being soft about it. Like you're just being, and I know
let me give you an example, then.
Sensitive about it, right?
Let me give you an example that I lived through. So we played the Houston Texans my rookie year. This was the game that Mike Thomas had the Hail Mary.
Gus Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Gus Johnson. Second game that I ever started, and was not a good game. I think Arian Foster kind of like ran to my side twice. Got like a 20-yard game, like a 15-yard game. Just I got reached, did not play good. Not to say I was like overwhelmed, just like wasn't really locked in. My second start just wasn't good. After the game, they talk about Mike Thomas and everything because that was the storyline. But then the second storyline was, well, the defense got gashed in the run game. And I distinctly remember Jack Del Rio going, because someone said, what do you think about Austen Lane's performance, in terms of bringing the pain, because that's what they used to call me in the media. And Del Rio goes, well, he sure caused me a lot of pain after that game. I was pissed. Yeah, I sucked. I didn't play well. I didn't need it reiterated in front of the world. Like, that made me feel a certain type of way. Now, once again, did Liam Cohen single anybody out? Absolutely not. But the fact that I still think about that moment till this day, that I bring it up on a radio show, 15, 16 years after the fact? Yeah, that didn't sit well with me. Not saying Liam Cohen's taken that direction. I'm just saying that for a guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve, that is genuine, which I completely appreciate, you have to be careful where you can't get into the narrative of, okay, the defensive line is, yeah, they all know they had a bad game. But when you're trying to reiterate that in front of the media, which then in turn reiterates it in front of social media, which then in turn reiterates it in front of the world, some players can feel a certain type of way about that.
Yeah, that's a good example, by the way, and I get it. I do get it. I understand it, and I'm wondering where this is going to go. I think there's so much of this organization preaching like, be who you are. This is who Liam Cohen is. This is a little bit different. We like it most of the time. Actually, we like it a lot of the time, all the time. I don't know if players are always going to like it, which means you really have to build in equity, maybe have their back. Like, can he couch it at all in time? You are right about this. So he didn't call out a specific player. Maybe there's a line there where if you call out the unit, or just answer the question basically and say what we all know about the unit. And then even there, I was very interested in the postgame Sunday that he actually defended Campanile. So he did put it on the players. So, okay, the unit, well, now you're calling out the defensive coordinator? Well, not really. I was on the headset. I was listening to all those plays. We just got to play better. We throw 15 guys out there. We got to play better. Those guys got to get home. It's the way of the world in the NFL. And I think he's done that a little bit with Trevor. Yesterday with Trevor, he's like, hey, man, we got to take that shot down to De'Ami Brown, down the middle of the field. That's a first read play. Doesn't take the shot, had it. Like, got to take the shot. Is that calling out your quarterback, or is that telling the truth? Like, so there's –
But hang on,
it's just going to be interesting how it's interpreted, right?
No, without a doubt. But, like, let's also tell the truth. What did the offense do in the second half?
Not a thing.
How come that's not getting talked about?
Well, no, that's not true. They did. No, that's not true. That's not true. They scored 10 points in the third quarter to take a 29-10 lead.
Okay, fourth quarter.
What did they do in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line?
Yeah, they did nothing in the fourth quarter. They did
we're not talking about that at all?
Well, I think we are.
Why aren't we talking
I think
about the Wildcat? What was that? Why aren't we talking like? I mean, all I hear about from the Liam Cohen press conference is the defense. And once again, yes, the defense lost you the football game. If the defense plays halfway satisfactory, you're having a victory Monday. Like, I get it. It's on the defense, but it wasn't like, to me, the only thing that can really talk right now is special teams. Like, they did what they were supposed to do. As far as I'm concerned, in all three phases of the game, special teams was the only one that actually carried their weight. Everybody else was kind of just, obviously defense was the worst, but I don't think the offense really carried their weight either. Like, yeah, they put them in positions to win the game, but like, what did we leave that Houston Texans game thinking, man, that offense looked good? No, I get it. Yeah, you're playing against the best defense man in the NFL right now. I get all that. But, like, there's plenty of blame to go around.
Yeah. I think I will say this about that. I do think there's some parts where he's like, okay, we scored, 22 points, 7 more points on the thing. Like, that's – he even said, like, that's above their average. So I believe – this is my view of it. I think they went into the team meeting on Saturday night, and they're like, hey, guys, here's the recipe to win, right? We're going to score 20-plus points. We can score 23 points in this game. Like, we got a really good chance. We need to, obviously, special teams. We've got to be solid on special teams. Maybe we steal something here or there. I don't think they expected a punt return. You don't go into a game thinking that. But we got to be clean there. It could come down to a lot of special teams field position type of game against this Houston defense. We know they're really good. We're not going to force the issue. And then on defense, hey, we got to keep them under 20. Like that, to me, like that's where I think – I don't know if that's how it works in a meeting, but I kind of feel like, hey, this is your path to win, and you kind of lay it out. And so when you lay it out like that, which is probably the way most of us thought the game was going to go, and then you got 29 points all of a sudden, and you're like, well, what the hell? We just gave up 30. How did we do that? Then I think like that's probably how we got here in that respect of, hey, we knew what the game plan was. Actually, special teams and the offense got to the markers that we wanted them to get to. Defense did not, as we all know. That might not be the right way to look at it.
That's box score watching.
Or a game plan, though.
No, that's box score watching, because you can say, okay, well, look at, we put up all these points. Well, how did you get there? You had a Parker Washington return for a touchdown. You had a muffled punt that put you in prime position to score again. Like, you just can't be an offensive coach and say, okay, well, we scored this many points, so we're good. Like, no, there has to be accountability on both ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I do think those 2 third-quarter drives were huge to get it to 29-10, but I do think they did nothing in the fourth quarter. I don't think he absolved the offensive blame the last 2 days either. The other part of this for me was that he wasn't really asked about that as much. He was more asked about the defense specifically after the game.
But who's calling the plays? Like, whose offense is it? Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, but whose offense is it? I mean, like, listen, I get you're the head coach, so you have to speak on everything. And yes, your defense lost you the game. Once again, both things can be true. Defense lost you the football game, but your offense, when they needed it the most, didn't produce in the fourth quarter. And that's got to be on you. Like, Liam Cohen can sit here and say, yeah, the defensive line can't get home, and yeah, they can't right now. But that's Coach Campanelli's job, right? Like, I mean, I get it. He's hearing the headset, he's hearing the play calls, and he even alluded to it. He's like, there's not much more I would have done. Like, they can't get home. Yeah, that's the obvious answer. Our eyes tell us that. But at the same time, you're the head coach who's, helping mold this offense. Well, then what happened in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think he was asked specifically about that in those situations. I'm trying to think of exactly when he might have been asked about the 3 fourth quarter drives yesterday. And I don't think he was, as much as he's been asked about the pass rush and obviously surrendering the lead. But and listen, I'm not trying to. I'm interested to see where this goes. I think it's a fascinating view at, is this kind of the new way, or are guys going to get upset about it because they've always got upset about something like this? And is this similar to the way Doug Peterson never really defended Trevor Lawrence, it felt like, in front of a microphone, so people thought he hated him, because there was some of that going on last year. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But it was a comment in the chat there. Brent asked what I was trying to do on offense with 7 seconds left. That was about it. Yeah, I did ask that last play because and he kind of took us through the whole scenario there. But I was kind of wondering if he'd say, yeah, Trevor's got to get rid of the football, which I guess we all know. But, why is he still holding on to the ball? If you're trying to run a 20-yard outplay, which I know the percentages are low on that last play, then why are you still holding on to the ball? You got to let it fly so you can eventually get a field goal off. But that was about the only thing asked about offense, maybe a little bit more on tomorrow. We'll see if more is asked. Hey, what about James Gladstone? He brought in a bunch of new guys, right? 24 new guys. But we just said it in the last segment of the show.
They're all hurt.
Jordan Lewis, Eric Murray, Travis Hunter, Brent Strange you can bring in. De'Ami Brown's been banged up, hasn't really done as much. McCarry has been banged up, hasn't been great. Hainsey, I think, has been pretty good. Do you think Gladstone's been unlucky? Or has he not done a good enough job? Where do you fall on it?
I mean, I don't think this really falls on Gladstone. He can't control injuries. You don't draft the guy, you don't bring a guy in for free agency thinking, okay, well, if they get hurt, no, that's not how you think as a GM. Now, you can take the Trent Baalke approach, and I'm trying to think of that draft class. I think, was Ransaw hurt a little bit in college?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, then maybe not. But, unless you're drafting, injury-prone guys, or you're bringing in injury-prone players in free agency, or you make a trade for one, I mean, there's only so much Gladstone can do. His job is to give you a roster that can win football games. But you can't have the foresight to go, okay, well, if this guy gets hurt, this guy, you can't think like that. So, obviously, he's trying to raise the depth and everything, but I don't really put all this on Gladstone because of injuries. And especially a lot of the guys that are playing up to their abilities aren't his guys either.
No, yeah. I think he has got unlucky because you see week in and week out that all of the guys that he brought in, how much of a difference this team looks when they're out. So I think it almost proves it more and more.
Helps them out.
Yeah.
James Gladstone for GM of the year?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I'm kidding, man. Yeah.
I do think there are some regrets with addressing edge, like we talked about a lot about yesterday, and maybe even already he regrets maybe not getting anybody at that position at the trade deadline. Obviously, Quentin Williams aside, if we could have gotten somebody that made a little bit of an impact, maybe he does. Maybe he pushed hard for it. Maybe we don't really know. So I'm not saying that he's been perfect, but I'm saying his acquisitions in free agency in the offseason, all of those guys have been proven to be kind of huge difference makers.
Yeah, I mean, Hamby, I think if you want to be critical on Gladstone with one thing, it's obviously the interior defensive line. Because this has been an issue since the preseason since the preseason, since the draft time, right? And, they loved Mason Smith. They loved how hard he was working. He looked great. He gets injured, and let's be honest, we haven't seen Mason Smith a lot in terms of popularity this entire season.
Yeah, he hadn't done much.
So maybe you put too many eggs in that basket thinking that even though you didn't draft him, there were high hopes for him. But I think if you want to grade James Gladstone and call it a misstep, I think the only misstep that you have grounds to go right now is that interior defensive line.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, and that was in part because of a gamble to go up and get Travis Hunter. And until practice on Thursday a couple weeks ago, we thought maybe that was trending in the right direction. So, and we don't know what the long term is of that. I mean, the one thing about it is, I just saw somebody say should have taken Jared Verse. Well, yeah, I guess right now on November 11th, you should have 2 years ago taken Jared Verse because Brian Thomas Jr. is banged up, dropping passes, and not doing much. Nobody was saying that, though, in August. Mm-hmm. Even as good as Verse was in his rookie year, nobody was saying, oh, my gosh, I can't believe they didn't take Verse. They should never have taken Brian Thomas Jr. So, like, the ebbs and flows of that change all the time, and you can't, like, say, hey, I want Jared Verse today, but tomorrow I want Brian Thomas Jr. It's just not the way it works, So I think he's been unlucky because you take a look at, the Travis, all these picks. Milam hasn't been healthy until last week, first time. Obviously, Ransaw, who could be a huge factor now. We have no idea what he would have played like, but could have been a huge factor. And now Travis Hunter. And now I will say he's done a nice job with the backs. Tootin and Allen have been a nice addition to this football team. And I think they've really impacted the football team. And I think it does say a lot that the three guys he brought in particular to change this defense, Hunter, Murray, and Lewis, when they're not in there, it looks a bad defense. Looks like a really bad defense. So you can only make so many moves, and I think people have to understand that. And to a degree, that's why you also have to be very careful to just say, oh, rip it all down. Everybody sucks. Like, right. Nobody's good. Well, you can't fix it in a year. And so what will this roster look like in 2 years? Ultimately, that's what we'll find out from James Gladstone, how much he revamped. Does he find an elite player, 2, 3 of those guys? And then the other side of this, Austin, is we thought automatically getting rid of Ryan Nielsen would make this defense better. Well, that hasn't been the case the last few weeks. This isn't a Ryan Nielsen problem, it doesn't look like, as much as it's a personnel problem.
Yeah, if it continues on this trend,
Travis Hunter out.
If it continues on this trend, Nielsen's going to be vindicated a little bit.
No, he's not, because Brian Nielsen had Eric Armstead playing defensive end, and he put how many pounds on Josh Hines-Allen. And I get Josh Hines-Allen isn't playing up to his level right now.
He's not playing any better this year, stats-wise, than he was last year.
I think he looks better, though.
I agree, but...
I mean, no, listen, I get we can talk about the vindication of Ryan Nielsen, but everything that I've heard that transpired last year with that defense, I think they're better off now with Campanelli.
Of course.
That's all I'm going to say.
I totally agree, by the way. Totally agree with that. I think you're right on. I'm just saying I think it's more glaring now, at least over these last few weeks, that Nielsen wasn't working. And by the way, maybe even Mike Caldwell a few years ago. They weren't working with, like, as much as the investment says. Look how much money's on that side of the ball and the investment on that side of the ball. And this is really more of a bad look on Balky if you take the 3 years combined now, in my opinion, than it is even on those defensive coordinators.
Yeah, no, for sure. Real quick, I want to because you guys mentioned the draft, and obviously, like, once again, not really fair to grade the draft class simply because of the injuries and everything, which, you don't have the foresight to predict. So it's more of like, not available for a draft grade until we see these players actually playing games. But you mentioned Tootin, you mentioned LaQuinn Allen. Like, Tootin has, they've both done what's been asked of them so far. But do you guys feel confident if Etienne walks next year, like, do you have your two backs in the backfield and you're good to go?
I actually do. And it might be a little bit of blind faith, Austin, because we haven't seen a game where Tootin's got 18, 20 carries. I like these dudes, and I think you'll compliment them with somebody else because that's what you do in the running back spot, right? I mean, you'll go get a running back or two and probably a veteran guy to help out. But I feel pretty good when I watch Tootin get the ball. I think I'd almost like to see more of Tootin with the football in his hands, but Etienne's been so...
amp up that room. I get it. But like, I can't sit here and say right now, okay, Tootin and Allen, like, I'm good for next year. Like, I haven't seen enough. And once again, that's credit to Travis Etienne for playing at the level that he's playing. But, like, I'm going to need to see more, because if I don't see more, then it's like it's definitely blind faith. And I don't want to go into next year, especially what it looks like so far in this offense this year, with blind faith at a very important position.
Mm-hmm. think we might have lost Brent just for a second, so we'll get him back in a second.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, like, listen, once again, this isn't a knock on the Quinn Allen or Tootin by any means.
Right,
because
right.
I think with what they've been asked to do, I think they've done it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact of ETN is playing so great right now where if you lose him next year, like,
it's going to feel like a big drop-off.
Yeah, I mean, like, are you going to regress a little bit?
Right.
And I think right now, like, if I'm James Gladstone, the last thing I want to do is regress in any position for what this offense already looks like.
Yeah, that's, I get what you're saying, but don't you also have to be careful if you're James Gladstone to know where the cutoff is between elite and good and get stuck in spots? Are the Jags in that mode a little bit? Potentially with, listen, guys that I really have gone to the wall for and really like and believe in, but just haven't produced at the level that we're waiting for them to get consistently, even in the Josh Hines Allen of the worlds, or maybe it is a Trayvon of the world or an Armstead who looked like a pretty good investment when it first happened, but it hasn't happened. I mean, Walker Little, who we're going to get into, has been, and I thought Little could play that position, honestly. Hasn't been good. So, like, where's the line for Gladstone to be like, hey, listen, good player, but great player? Like, we can go get another good player. Like, there are enough good players. We got to find great players.
I mean, to me, the line is that, okay, you have Josh Hines Allen that you're paying top dollar for. You paid a lot of money for Eric Armstead. We're talking about the running back position where it's essentially a Dwami Brown contract. I would give 3 years, whatever, $10 million, $11 million at Travis Etienne all day for what I'm paying Dwami Brown.
Yeah, he ain't signing that.
And maybe he won't, Hamby. Maybe Etienne's gonna ask for a lot more money, and you know what? More power to him. Like, You're having a heck of a year so far. You're looking like you know what you're doing. Go get your money. But if I can throw out $10, $11 million at Travis Etienne by this year and, like, re-sign him this year, I would probably do it unless I can see more of Tootin. And if Tootin comes out and he gets the 25 carries a game and, he looks like the reincarnation of a Bucky Irvin, then more power to him. I'm just saying right now, from what I've seen from Travis Etienne, this is the best thing that you have on offense. And I don't want to leave it up to faith of saying, okay, well, we got two promising rookies this year. They should be fine next year.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I really do. And listen, nobody's been a bigger believer in Travis Etienne than this guy right here. Like, I have touted Travis Etienne while everybody was trying to trade him. Okay, I'm a believer in Etienne. I also just want to be careful not to get caught up in, I guess, good versus great, because I've been a bit of a sucker for that, and I'm not afraid to admit it, because we've seen so much bad in Jacksonville. Like when you see better than what it is, and by the way, we've seen pretty good from the running back position. I'm just talking about in other spots. Like when you see a good player that produces and you see flashes of almost brilliance, you're like, damn, I got that guy. But the problem is, whether it's a player problem or a coach problem or an organizational problem, we see these flashes, but we don't see the consistency of it week in, week out. It goes back, again, to yesterday's early conversation in the show. You take Nico Collins, you take Danielle Hunter, you take Will Anderson, you take Stingley, take those four guys. You're not going to have much more than that, by the way, on a football team. You're going to have like four stud dudes like on any given time. If you have more than that, you're really blessed in the NFL, I think. But those guys deliver every week. Every week they deliver something. You know that they're there. What can we say that about in Jacksonville, right? I mean, that's, to me, what the Jags are now trying to find. I think they have raised the floor. I think they found a lot of good players overall compared to other years and other regimes and other eras since I've been here for 20 years. But we're still in Jacksonville lacking that. Damn, that guy delivers every single week. For the Jags, and it's too inconsistent right now. So I think that's going to be the interesting determination for this new regime, because they've seen it in other spots, by the way. They've seen great players in Tampa, in L.A. We have not seen a lot of that here in Jacksonville for a very long time. Here's the lineup here on the show today. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Oh, yeah, what about Daboll fired? How about that? Did you see that one coming? A lot of people didn't, but should we really be surprised at 2-8 for the New York Giants? What do you make of it? And a little college football talk, and Casey Kurtz stops by in the final hour as well. Brent and Austen Show here on a Tuesday on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard Exterior and Gutter Helmet Showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar, grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you.
Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it.
String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right?
That's right.
So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Brian Daboll fired by the New York Giants after a 2-8 start, another bad year in New York. It looked like it was promising with Jackson Dart and Scattaboo and what they had going. Although I will say this, I don't know. I think everybody also knew that was not going to be maintained because those guys play the game, I mean, in a violent, maybe fun way, but a dangerous way. And they're both out right now. Daboll fired Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby. Austen, this surprised you? It seems surprised the football world a little bit. I'm not sure why we should be overly surprised. Felt like he was kind of on the hot seat the last couple of years, and they're 2-8.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little surprised simply because talking about Jackson Dart, looks like that might be their future now at quarterback. And, like, do you really want to set him for success and have a little, at least, chemistry and, you know, with the playbook and everything? Or do you want to bring in somebody new, a new system, new, you know, verbiage and all this stuff and really start from anew? So I thought, like, yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to be on the hot seat regardless this season. But when Jackson Dart came in, I thought that might have been a saving grace. But, like, when you look into it and everything and the problems that they have on defense, kind of, you know, having his defensive coordinators back, even though he probably shouldn't have, like, that was, I think, a big reason why he was let go. Because if you look at their defense of what they have at their weapons and everything, and their defensive line is one of the best in the NFL, they should be a lot more dominant than what they are. And you had a situation with the defensive coordinator there where I feel like there's some friendship involved where he didn't want to let the defensive coordinator go, and that might be the decision that ended up getting him fired, not so much of how the offense was looking.
Well, not only that, I think the concussion stuff, remember when he went into the blue tent with Dart, that whole thing when he was like going to get him, I think he got fined. There was a slap on the wrist at the very least from the NFL because you're not supposed to go into the blue tent or approach that area. And there was a player that did, and also I think Scattaboo did too, in fact, at that time. But Dart's had 4 concussions or checked on 4 concussions. I mean, the way they've handled some of that, I don't know. I wonder if that led to any of this, because the most recent one coming out of the game this weekend was like, they didn't know right away, and the guy's already flirted with a few of these things, so should you know sooner? I mean, do you get him out of there? I mean, do you really not want to put Russell Wilson in that much? Like, it's just kind of awkward, right? The whole thing seems a little bit awkward at what's going on, and again, you can't mess around with the concussion stuff. So I don't think he got fired because of that, but I wonder if that was part of this formula at all to be like, all right, we're moving on, we're getting out of this.
I mean, they could have put it like in the laundry list of reasons, but at the end of the day, you're a head coach. It's a performance-based business. Your team's not winning. You're losing in the fourth quarter, and you know your offense has regressed a little bit from that injection of Cam Scattaboo before he got hurt, and then obviously Jackson Dart. So I mean, there's definitely grounds for dismissal. Don't get it wrong. I was a little surprised though, simply because Jackson Dart looks to have, like, you know, he could be talented. It's so hard to tell right now, but like, he could be talented. So why not help him out? Because we've seen how many times we've seen here in Jacksonville when you keep rotating coordinators and head coaches with your, you know, quote unquote, hopefully franchise quarterback. It can be a nightmare, and it can hurt their development a little bit. So that's why I was surprised.
Yeah, we could see I wouldn't be surprised to see Daboll get another op. He's a former coach of the year, by the way, and he's still credited with the Josh Allen kind of turnaround up in Buffalo. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see him get another opportunity, and then we might go, well, hey, the New York Jets and the New York Giants are jokes, you know, and it's just like,
he and Joe Brady
you name it in your organization. Yeah, I think Buffalo already squashed that, right? Because Buffalo's got some stuff going on right now too, and I think they were asked about Daboll maybe coming in some capacity, and I think McDermott's like, no, that ain't happening. So
after the year, once
right
Joe Brady
now,
takes the job as the head coach somewhere.
Yeah, and by the way, like, is he worthy? Is Joe Brady just a guy with a really good quarterback, or is he a really good football mind and offensive guy? I mean, I think there's some mixed reviews on that right now based on the way Buffalo is playing, or are they just banged up, Austin, as we take a little look around the league? I mean, what's up with Buffalo? I thought this was maybe their year to, especially the way they started. They looked so good, and now injuries, they look a little clunky, it looks disjointed, and it looks like it's Josh Allen and not a lot of help.
I mean, yeah, but like keep in mind the week before, like they absolutely like dominated the Chiefs, who a lot of people thought were like the team now. So yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know what's up with Buffalo. I'm not sure if that's just kind of like a one-off game. If that was like the anomaly of the season. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins, you should have crushed, and you don't. It's the other way around. Like I really have no answer for it. Set aside from, I guess it was just a bad week for them. But like I still think they're one of the best teams in the AFC. Now, what does that really say? Because the AFC, I feel like, is wide open. But I think if you look around the league in general, I think it's hard to really quantify who like the top 3 NFL teams are right now. I think there's a debate for a lot of teams. Like, who do you guys think?
Yeah, it's a good call. Top 3 around the whole league, not just the AFC?
Around the league.
I really feel good about the Rams and the Seahawks. I think those 2 teams are really good. And beyond that, I think like Philly doesn't feel great, but they win. I think they're 6-1 now in one-score games, by the way. Detroit, did they find something with Campbell now taking over the play calling? And then you said it about the AFC, man. I don't know who I believe in. Denver's beaten nobody. The Patriots have beaten nobody. They both look really good, but they can look good. I don't believe in the Chiefs and the Bills right now. I mean, the Chiefs have 4 losses. Like, I get you can believe in the Chiefs because they're the Chiefs, but they are 5-4. So, like, it's hard to say they're the top 3 team in the league at 5-4, just built on equity. I would probably go with 3 NFC teams. So I'll take the Rams, the Seahawks, and I'll still take the Lions.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I lean towards, I think the Seahawks and Rams can definitely make an argument just based off of the sample size so far, what their defenses can do, what their offenses are. Like, do you trust Sam Darnold? Like that's the biggest question in Seattle. That and also can Matthew Stafford, survive this season. But if you have those 2 things, like right now, yeah, I mean, I think they can be definitely 1 and 2. I mean, I do think the Colts are a good team. I really do. I think they have the best running game in football, and I think if you have that going for you, that means something. You can make an argument for the Patriots, but their offensive line can't keep Drake May upright. I think he's the second most sacked quarterback right now in the NFL. So, like, come playoff time, is that going to hurt them a little bit, even though they are 8-2 and might run away with the division at this point? I would probably say, if I'm going to say right now, Brent, I'm almost with you. I think I'm going to go Seahawks, Rams, and instead of the Lions, where because they've been kind of hot and cold, I would probably lean more towards the Colts, which is crazy to say.
By the way,
just based off of right now.
Yeah, it is crazy.
I mean, talk to me in 3 weeks.
You could throw. I think the third team, throw them up in the air. I would just say, like, if you had the Colts playing against the Lions right now, who'd you pick? And you'd probably pick the Lions. Like, that's what I would say. But I think you could throw New England in. I mean, as I think Mr. Hugo just said it, Patriots did beat the Bills on the road and Tampa on the road. Like that, they've played hardly anybody, and they won't play anybody for the rest of the season. Really, they got the easiest schedule by far in the NFL. But they're getting it done. Like, you can't just sit here and say easy schedule. They're getting it done. So hat tip to them. They've been very good. I just don't feel like if you match them up with a bunch of teams like I just did with Indy and Detroit, I'm picking them to win. Hamby, what do you got? Top 3 teams in the NFL.
I think it's the Rams, the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts, huh, Hamby? You buying into it?
Well, right now I'm going to take the teams that find a way to win games.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm almost there on the Seahawks as a top 3 team. I think they're top 5. I don't know if I could put them in the top 3 yet. I'd probably say the Lions.
Yeah.
All three of the NFC. I do want to ask this because I did put in the title, so I feel like we should get to it. In the same way that the Bills.
Hey, hold on a second. Don't go there real quick. I got just a fast college football question. You just did the best 3 teams in the NFL. What's the top 3 teams, in your opinion, in college football?
Ohio State.
And the reason I ask it right here is because this is the most parity I feel like we've seen. I think you can get some variance on this answer. You don't usually get variance on a college football answer like this, but I think you could. What do you think? Ohio State, who else?
Ohio State, Bama, and Georgia.
Ooh,
we're going to get variance.
Yeah, it was going to be variance. Right now, the best teams in college football, I mean, Ohio State for sure. I think Texas Tech, man. I think Texas Tech.
I just don't see it.
And who'd you say, Hamby?
I said Bama and Georgia. 1, 4, and 5.
God, can I yeah, to me, it's either between Bama or Indiana. Because, once again, Indiana, I get the Penn State game wasn't their best look, but they haven't given me a reason yet not to trust them. So I would probably go Ohio State, Indiana, Texas Tech, honorable mention Alabama.
Wow.
Yeah,
No
I might
SEC
take the top 3 teams in the land. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. I think Ohio State and Indiana are there. I think, to me, it's between Texas A&M, and I actually like Notre Dame in this. I mean, Notre Dame lost 2 games to Texas A&M and Miami early, and I think Notre Dame can beat any of those teams.
We do this
up
every
top.
year. We literally just do this every year.
No, listen.
This guy will never get college football out of him.
But you guys were. This is
He
your.
thinks every year is the old days.
But you guys are. This is your bit last year. Like every single week, we had to go over the rankings and see like who shouldn't be ranked here. And I just said wait till the end of the year. I mean, Hamby, like where Alabama sits right now, where Georgia sits, can look a lot different in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
You know, like that's fair. But right now, like I said, like Indiana doesn't have a reason to not be at least in the conversation.
And why does
They
Notre
haven't
Dame
lost.
deserve to be in the conversation?
I didn't say no. And I'm a little quick with Texas Tech. Once again, I know they have a loss. That loss
that was
came
a
with
backup quarterback.
That came with a backup quarterback, and I still think they have the best defensive line in all of college football. And I think when their quarterback's healthy, I think he's definitely more than just serviceable. So like that's what I hang my hat on there.
As for Notre Dame, for me, I think, yeah, it lost 3 points to Miami in the opener and a point to Texas A&M. It was a top 3 team in the country.
Okay.
Well, Miami's not good now, 2 months later, but
No, I mean,
they were pretty damn good to start the year. They looked like they were going to go undefeated.
Oh, yeah, Florida State's. Yeah.
Well,
they were good,
listen,
too.
the A&M conversation is definitely that's up for. I mean, that's a great point. I don't necessarily think the Miami thing has to go like overlooked here because they aren't that good of a team. And like if that was the case, and Alabama didn't play Florida State, I would have Alabama for sure in my top 3. But I watched them lose to Florida State, and I get it was early on in the season. But to me, that counts against them in terms of why I picked Indiana over Alabama.
Which win impresses you?
Yeah, it should. Which win impresses? It's the way they've won. 56 points, 28-7, 35-7, 34-24 USC, 25-10, a little bit of a struggle at BC. Took care of business against a Navy team that, quite frankly, can give people's fits over the years. So I think they're handling their business. They're not going to have an impressive win, Hamby. But I also think they can score points with anybody in the country, and their losses aren't bad. Their losses they could easily be undefeated. We watched both of those games. They could be undefeated. And then you would absolutely have them number 2 in the country probably, or 3 in the country, and they'd be the answer to this question. So, yeah, I think they can beat anybody in the country right now. I don't have them. I like the way the actual rankings are. I think Texas A&M has earned that spot to be one of the top 3 teams in the country. But I think you can go that far down. What is Notre Dame ranked, like 9th or 10th? And I think you can go that far down the list to say, hey, I think Notre Dame could win the national championship when you play this thing in December or start in December. Like I think they could, which And that's why I asked the question. I just think there's that much variance right now in college. We don't know exactly how good Ohio State is, but I think Ohio State has really taken care of business, to their credit. And Sayin has been terrific. He hardly throws an incompletion. So you got to like what they're doing. Indiana's very impressive to me. I've been waiting for them to stumble, guys. Very impressive. And Texas A&M, same deal. Their MO is they will stumble, and they haven't. So I think your answers are correct, too, and can be correct. But that's the beauty of it. That's why I wanted to ask the question, because I think you can go in a variety of ways.
Yeah, fair, man.
I mean, Ohio State's like Seattle.
Okay.
Seahawks.
You think Ohio State's like Seattle?
Barely throw in a completion, play great defense, score a lot of points.
Yeah, but do you trust their quarterback a little more than Sam Darnold or not?
Probably about the same.
Okay. I mean,
you don't know, right? There's some unknown there with Sayin, I think. Yeah. The one other thing, to go back to the NFL now, and then you can ask your question, Hamby. But the one thing that we just said about teams, maybe not Indianapolis in your mix, but definitely Seattle, the Rams, and Philadelphia. I mean, it's now the blueprint, and maybe it's already been the blueprint, but it's a blueprint for GMs. And what we're seeing in Jacksonville is their biggest weakness. You build that front, you give yourself a chance. Seattle's front is amazingly good. The Rams' front has been remade even without Aaron Donald. Very good. And we obviously know Philadelphia's front is very good. They're not even spending a lot of money on that front. So I think it's pretty much a blueprint for GMs, James Gladstone, and everybody to be like, we have got to beef that up. And one more thing to the Colts. The Colts gave up a lot of stuff without DeForest Buckner last week. It seemed like, okay, how's that going to impact them the next few weeks, even when they play the Jacksonville Jaguars in early December? We'll see. All right, Hamby, what you got?
Might have to take a break before we get to it, but I'll tease it. You guys have talked about the Bills.
Sounds good.
Their offense is kind of hard to figure out. They got the playmakers, and we've seen it at times. Well, going back to last night, what about the Packers? And we've kind of mentioned it a little bit. They're running the football a ton. They seem balanced. It's not there. Is there time to have a conversation about Matt LaFleur, or is the conversation about Jordan Love? Is this kind of same treatment that Trevor Lawrence has kind of gotten, where it's year, 3 or 4 for him, and Packers fans don't really know if Jordan Love is the guy? I think is Jordan Love, are Jordan Love and Trevor Lawrence in the same boat?
This is taken directly from the Central Wisconsin group chat. This is amazing. Good question, man. No, it's
all right. We'll answer that when we come back.
Good
I was watching that game yesterday and thinking the same thing. Like, I wonder what people in Green Bay are saying about Jordan Love. But it does come on the heels of a couple of weeks ago when he looked awesome against the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers in that game. So I think that juxtaposition is fresh in our minds. But I wonder how Green Bay folks feel about it. Let's talk about Jags. Did you see the end of the game that's going around where Liam Cohen flips the headset off, and a lot of people are like, he can't stand his quarterback? Was that your interpretation of it? Take a look at the NFC, where the NFC looks way better than the AFC. I mean, look at some of those records. Look at some of those teams. I don't know if anybody in the AFC right now would want to play the top 8 teams in a playoff game in the NFC. It could be a lot of fun in the postseason come January.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard Exterior and Gutter Helmet Showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar, grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you.
Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it.
String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and relive it, Hamby. 13 plays, 65 yards. Touchdown, 6 plays, 5 yards. Touchdown, 14 plays, 93 yards. Touchdown. Offense, 9 plays, 1 yard. 4 minutes and 2. Is that how long it was? It didn't even seem like that long in terms of time possession. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh, it's about 1 minute.
That's hard to do, though. 3 possessions in 4 minutes.
Yeah, 1 minute, 15 seconds per 2 runs. Incompletion, punt. See ya.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. I still think the craziest part of that game, not that I'm chuckling about it, but it's just that Houston took their time. Like, they weren't even in a hurry. Usually when you come back like that, you need to be in a hurry.
On the
like,
ball,
they actually
on the ball.
took their time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just amazing. So, By the way, you just sounded like I sounded on Jags Report Live to start things yesterday. It's really like I felt like I was starting a funeral last night. Jags Report Live, and then we picked things up. We got a little energy going on the show, but Foye Oluokun was kind enough to join us yesterday. I thought he did a great job of like just kind of taking us through some of that, and how they think about it and what they, they're going to stay positive. They're not going to say some of the things that you want them to say as a fan. They're going to stay committed, they have to do that. Like what are they can't get off the train, But he also, I thought he was pretty honest with a lot of his assessment, I guess is my point. And that's a tough spot to be in as a player coming off a game like that. So I always appreciate the guys that come in these tougher times. And we've had plenty of tough times in Jacksonville, had plenty of guests. And Foye, if I was him, I might have backed out of that one.
Well, yeah, real quick. Like,
so I appreciate him.
Obviously, I wasn't able to watch the show, but I can probably DVR and go back and watch. But what was some of the narrative that he gave in terms of what happened on that defense and why Davis Mills was able to torch them?
Yeah, well, I had really good perspective on the Davis Mills backup part. I thought that there were two things that I found that were interesting. One, he said, "Listen, I'm not going to sit here and blame the pass rush. That's not what we're going to do. Like, we got to plaster our guys. We got to go cover guys."
Yeah.
He said there was the Dalton Schultz touchdown and the back of the end zone. And he said, I think Dan brought up he had plenty of time to throw. And he's like, well, yeah, but he's like, so what are you supposed to do as a defender there if Buster Brown was in coverage? And he's like, well, you can push him out of bounds. Like, you can drive him out of bounds. He's like, and I'm not trying to hammer Buster. I'm just saying, like, you can do things even if the rush isn't getting home. So He gave you that perspective. And I was like, hey, that's pretty – like, he wasn't calling him out, but he also said there are things you can do even if the rush isn't getting there. And he did say the run play is real tricky. Everybody's – whether you want to get on – Devin Lloyd or somebody else. He's like, once you start losing contain on that 14-yard run touchdown for Mills. But I thought what he said about Mills and the backup quarterback was kind of fascinating because I presented it like this, Austin. From the outside looking in, you get a backup quarterback, and everybody's like, oh, got that game won. No problem. Like, that guy's not good enough. And he said it's actually, in a weird way, it can be trickier against a backup quarterback because they don't know what they don't know. And so they've basically been told, hey, go run the offense, get rid of the football, and don't do anything crazy. Don't lose the game. Yeah. And so where you might get a C.J. Stroud extending a play and giving your pass rusher something a little bit more time to go bring him down and sack him, instead Davis Mills is going to be like 1, 2, 3, nope, don't have it, boom, get it out. And throw it away or whatever else. And all he's trying to do is not make the critical mistake. And so he simplifies it so much where sometimes simple is better. And like, look at the Jags 2 weeks ago against the Raiders. Simple got better. They scored on like 5 consecutive possessions. So yeah, at the end of the day, would you rather face the less talented quarterback? Absolutely. But I thought his explanation of it and why you see sometimes backup quarterbacks come in and do better than people think they're going to do also makes some sense. And somebody in the chat says, I'm not buying that, Brent. It's like, well, you don't have to buy it, but we're asking him a question, and I think his explanation had some reason to it. Now, should you get beat for 60 minutes? Should you have a guy throw for 300 yards against you? No, I don't think any of those things should be true, and I don't think he does either. But I thought that was pretty interesting what he said about playing against the backup QB sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah. It's not going to satisfy anybody.
Oh, no. I mean, hey, it's Davis Mills, but okay, I get it.
Yeah. And again, like even Cohen said yesterday, he didn't play like a backup quarterback yesterday, or Sunday. He played pretty good football. And sometimes guys play pretty good football.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I don't want this narrative to turn into okay, so this guy came in and because it's the Jake Browning effect. Like Jake Browning beat the Jaguars, was it last year? And then everyone's like, okay, well, Jake Browning is a suitable backup. And then what happens this year? He beats the Jaguars again and gets benched for Joe Flacco. Like, yeah, I think Davis Mills, did he look good out there? Absolutely. Do I think Davis Mills is a legit quarterback? I think he's a backup for a reason. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I do too. I think if you play him 3 times, he's probably going to look bad 2 out of the 3 times. Sure. I think the Jags got the game where he looked – well, really, they got a quarter where he looked good. Like, he didn't look great the whole game. So, like, again, I'm not trying to make an excuse. It's inexcusable, I think. But we're also asking these guys to explain it. I think their explanation is reasonable to think. I mean, the guy is a former third-round pick, has played in the NFL before. It's not like he's never played. I think if the Jags put Nick Mullins in, Nick Mullins could play a good half of football. I don't think he's going to play a good 4 games of football. But I think he could play a good half of football somewhere in that mix, and maybe help you to win. So anyway, that part is pretty wild. All right, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence. Give us a little update on the Green Bay Jordan Love, or is it more Matt LaFleur discourse up there in Wisconsin right now, Austen Lane?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I haven't watched the Green Bay Packers religiously. I mean, I've watched a couple games this year, but the vibe that I get from watching them and what everyone's saying, I think the Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love situation is completely different. I think with Jordan Love, and I'm not sure what his stats even are this year, I think Packer fans are happy with how Jordan Love's playing, but I think that he's a byproduct of a system that doesn't know what their identity is. I think that Matt LaFleur loves Josh Jacobs, and listen, he's a great running back, but I think sometimes that gets lost in the game plan of what the goal should be. You have a franchise quarterback in Jordan Love who has willed you to a playoff run, who has put up some decent numbers, and I think the thought, at least with Packer fans, is like, why don't you turn him loose more? But when you're using different wide receivers coming in and out, when you're giving the rock to Jacobs, 25, 30 times a game, I think Jordan Love's an afterthought. So I don't think there's panic in terms of, is Jordan Love, the franchise guy in Green Bay? I think every Packer fan believes that. I just think the narrative for Green Bay Packer fans is that Matt LaFleur maybe isn't using him to the best of his abilities.
Hamby, you asked the question, what are your thoughts on this relative to maybe Trevor Lawrence? And what I would say, is he at all in the same boat as Trevor? Is he inconsistent? We saw the high of the Steelers game, and then, you take one player away from him in Kraft, and last night against a good team, by the way, and the Eagles made him look very ordinary.
Yeah, it was more so as if, this particular game, you're playing a really good defense, and you only threw for 176 yards. Well, how much of that is about the defense that you played and the game script? How much of that is, dude, you're Jordan Love, you should be able to throw for more than 176 yards and score more than 7 points. And it's, you're completing half of your passes. You're 20 to 36, just over half. And, on the other side, there's drop balls. I know Wicks had at least 2. I know Melton had 1 on a crucial third down. Josh Jacobs only ran it for 3.5 yards a carry. The line was tricky at times. I just saw up close and personal. It's like, this is a quarterback that has a lot of expectation on him. He just lost. They put up 7 points. He didn't throw for 200 reasons why. So is he getting the blame in Packer Nation, or people understanding all of the things around him and also crediting the defense and saying, well, look, he's proven quite enough. We're going to keep riding with him.
Austen, his numbers, if you want to just look at the numbers, if you want to go stats, have been better than Trevor Lawrence's. He's been consistent the last 3 years overall. Doesn't make as many mistakes. He threw 32 touchdowns and had 11 picks, I think, in his first full season. It was like 25-11 the next year. Right now it's 13-3. He's actually been known as a guy who's not afraid to take risks. He likes to throw it down the field and still will make some mistakes in that area. But his quarterback rating is like way higher than Trevor's. But I do think his gap between the really good and the, again, ordinary stuff is pretty wide. Is that fair to say sometimes that he looks pretty ordinary?
Yeah, but once again, I just think that it comes like, okay, let me ask you guys this. Who's the best receiver on the Green Bay Packers right now?
I mean, I guess Dobbs.
I don't. You tell me. I don't watch Dobbs or Watson or.
Well, Watson came back last night. Dobbs, maybe.
I mean before the season, I would have said Jaden Reed.
Well, Kraft is now he's no longer playing.
Yeah, he's out, and Jaden Reed's out, which I still think is Love's favorite target.
And Golden, we'll see.
He was out last night as well, even though he hadn't done much.
Yeah, he hasn't done much.
Like he's throwing to Bo Melton. Last night, his number 2 or his number 3 was Bo Melton.
Yep.
Behind a Dobbs who missed time in the game. At some point, I think he was out of a couple of drives.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he finished the game or came back, but I know at some point he was out.
Yeah.
And then Christian Watson, who obviously he's just coming back, he's not going to be able to play a full slate of snaps.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, I think, and once again, to go to the chat, like, yeah, I get Kraft was the best receiver, but, he's tight end. But, like, I would agree with that. I think he's the best weapon, just like I think Brenton Strange, this offense, is probably the best weapon. I just think that Jordan Love, in this offense, he has what he has, and I think he has the ability. Like, once again, like I don't know how good Christian Watson is, honestly. Like I remember, like during Shock Your Mock, people wanted him. I don't know how good he is. I don't even really know how good he is. Like they want him here in Jacksonville. He's young. He's promising. Okay, we'll see. But like they don't really have a true number 1 receiver right now because every game, like the game plan is different. Like they'll target this guy, then they'll target that guy, then they'll rotate this guy in and out and everything. And injury has something to do with it, but once again, this goes back to what Matt LaFleur is bringing to the table, where they don't necessarily have an identity of what the goal is with Jordan Love. And when you think that he's getting something going, then he hands the ball up 20 times a game to, Jacobs and company. So I think with what Jordan Love's been asked to do, I think he's done a great job doing it. Now, the record isn't what they probably want to be, and the losses look pretty bad with Cleveland and Carolina. But I don't think the problem right now in Packer country is Jordan Love. Like I don't think they're having the conversation saying, okay, Jordan Love might not be the guy. Like I don't think anybody's having that conversation because they've seen the really good with Jordan Love, and even when it doesn't look good, he's got no one to throw to. He's putting up some decent numbers.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have these conversations, and again, I don't watch them much. But this always twists into like, okay, and I'm not going here. I'm not going to like sit here and defend Trevor against Jordan Love. I'm just saying this is an interesting comp. We go back a few weeks ago. I did this whole study on what's the big difference between some of these young, expensive quarterbacks. Well, continuity is the difference for Trevor, and I think I said Daniel Jones versus everybody else. Well, Jordan Love has that in his favor. He got to sit. He's been 5 years in the same system. And yet you don't necessarily question whether he's the guy, but you question some of the games or whatever else. And then you can easily say that. You're right. I mean, who does he have to throw to? But then you can come back and say, who does Trevor have to throw to? Okay, I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. seems great, but he doesn't catch the ball all the time. Or, I mean, the defense alone of Green Bay has been really good the last few years, so they play winning football to begin with. They don't maybe ask as much of Jordan Love because they're playing really good defense, and they got a good elite back in Aaron Jones and then Josh Jacobs. So, like, again, this isn't a comparison. It's just like, I think it's a nice benchmark. I think Love has been good. I don't think he's been great. I think he's shown signs of a high ceiling. But he doesn't live on that high ceiling like the Josh Allens and the Patrick Mahomes. But you can win a lot of football games, and you feel like you can win a Super Bowl. Like, I think that's a nice, kind of almost like a golf-like measuring stick for where you hope Trevor gets to at some point.
I mean, yeah. Like, listen, I think in Jacksonville right now, obviously the hot button topic is Trevor Lawrence the guy or not? And like you put that in on Twitter and watch the rampant fan bases from both sides and just type anything Trevor Lawrence in, say one comment about Trevor Lawrence on one side and just sit back and set it and forget it, and welcome to 100 mentions and welcome to everybody and their feelings about it, right? Like that's what it is. I don't think now from a national standpoint that might be the case. I think from like Jordan Love now starting to trickle down like Trevor Lawrence territory. But I think from the Packers fan base, they're all on the same page of it's like, hey, Matt LaFleur, can we help out our quarterback here?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good place to be. I think the Trevor defenders are like, can we help him out a little bit more? But I think the Trevor detractors are like, how much do you need help? Like, how much do we have to help? So, and by the way, I hadn't seen a lot of it Sunday into yesterday's show. I've now seen a bunch of it. The Trevor stuff every day is going to be exactly what you just said. Yeah, I just hadn't seen it as much of it going into yesterday's show.
How you hadn't seen it is beyond me because I'm never on there and I'm seeing it. So.
Yeah, I was on the plane ride and we didn't have the Wi-Fi wasn't working as well, so maybe I missed a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, no, for sure. Like, at the end of the day, though, here's the telling record or the telling signs, right? Like, what is Green Bay's record right now?
I think they're 5-4,
5-3,
5-3.
No, 5-3-1.
Yeah, 5-3-1.
And what are the Jaguars?
5-4.
Okay, so
5-4.
it's pretty comparable, right? And I think one quarterback right now, once again, pretty much the same record. One quarterback right now I feel like is getting lambasted a lot more than the other quarterback. And that kind of says all you need to say about it. Like, despite what the defenses look like, they still have the same record. And by the way, I think one team is, despite what it's looked like, is exceeding expectations. And I think one team right now is underachieving.
Could you make an argument the Packers are the most disappointing team in the NFL right now?
Ooh. But real quick though, I'm gonna finish my point, Hamby. That's a good question
sorry.
though. But no, I just want to say, so like, it goes to show you, like, same record, one team's overachieving, one team's underachieving, and one quarterback I feel like is getting talked about a lot more in a negative light than the other quarterback.
Hamby, as you asked that question, I just want to also add one other thing about Jordan Love because I thought this would be better. They were 9-6 last year with him as a starter, 9-8 the previous year. You know, so it's not like they've been 12-5, you know? Now, is that more of a Green Bay problem? It might be. I'm just saying it's not like he hasn't built the equity to have a 13-4 season under his belt. You know, and what I kind of argued a little bit ago is Trevor's doing one thing Trevor is being associated with a little bit more than the Jacksonville Jaguars have been in the past is winning. It went 9-8. He was 8-8 2 years ago, and now he's 5-4 right now. Now we'll see where this season ends up. Last year, obviously, was 2-8 mixed in there. So just to kind of echo what Austin's saying about it's not like we're asking about a quarterback who, for the Green Bay Packers, who is 7-1-1 right now this season. That's just not the case. So carry on, Hamby.
Yeah, I just for a team that after they traded for Micah, a lot of people thought, including myself, going to go to the Super Bowl because that was kind of their last missing piece. I think they are the most disappointing team in the NFL. Like the Chiefs are 5-4, but it's almost like, well, the Chiefs were out without Rashee Rice for 6 games. This is kind of like what the Chiefs do now. They middle around in the regular season a little bit, then they get going, they'll turn around in the playoffs. And especially for a team like Green Bay, who had just come off the Micah Parsons trade, for them to be sitting at 3rd in their division with only 5 wins, I don't see a team that is more disappointing right now than in Green Bay.
I mean,
the Commanders are 3-7. Their quarterback's been out.
Of course. Okay, so I'm gonna say this much, just because, and this is more of I'm being biased here because I picked this team to win the division, and right now it's not looking good. I think the Falcons are extremely disappointing at 3-6.
But they didn't have real expectations. Like
Hamby, but here's the disappointing part. They go out there and they play competitive one week.
I know.
They whoop the Vikings, and then the following week they get beat by 30 by the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it's disappointing in Green Bay with expectations getting Micah Parsons and everything, but what it's looked like they've lost some close games that they should have won. They played down their competition. I get all that. I don't know what Atlanta is.
But we were probably also in the minority having them to win the division. I would say the majority probably still had
Tampa.
The Bucks.
Yeah, but I also thought that the Falcons were going to be like a decent team.
I thought they were I thought
Penix was going to take a step forward. I thought Drake London, which he has, taken a step forward and everything.
We were eye on that.
But once again, out of all the teams in the NFL, and that's including the Jaguars and everybody else, I don't know what the Falcons are. I couldn't begin to explain what they are, what they do, what they're good at, what they're bad at, because each week is a roller coaster. And yeah, are they kind of where they thought people would be? Maybe at 3-6, maybe. I thought they were going to be a lot better than what they're showing right now. So to me, the most disappointing team, and I get it, it's in the AFC or the NFC South where it's kind of the Buccaneers and everybody else. I think the most disappointing team is Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I think you have some options here. I think it's hard to say a team that's 5-3-1 with the record they have. I mean, I don't know. They've lost to Carolina and Cleveland, so I guess you're right on Green Bay. And just the way that looked yesterday too, to not find some of their offense with. I know they're right down some guys now, but LaFleur's an offensive guy, so I think they're in the mix. I like what you said about Atlanta. I also think if you go to the AFC, I think Buffalo starts to enter this conversation. Because what are they? Like, who are they? That's a tough one to know right now because of the way they have their highs and lows. And then I do wonder, I don't think the expectation was crazy for Houston, but Houston, should be 3-6. They might have saved their season now being 4-5. But with the number one defense in the National Football League, far and away, by the way, they're the best defense in the league. And they have an under 500 record. With also a quarterback, I know who was out this week, but was supposed to be the next best thing in the NFL coming off his rookie season and hasn't been able to find it. I think Houston probably is on that list too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Houston's definitely on the list, Stroud being out has something to do with it, I feel like. But, no, you're not wrong. I think Houston with that defense and what we're there at right now is definitely disappointing, for sure. Now, can they make a run towards the second half of the year? I mean, we'll see, much to the Jaguars, demise. But I would agree with you and say Houston's on that list.
Yeah. Fascinating conversation about where some of these teams are. Of course, Dallas is always on the list.
But
they're always
to
disappointing.
Me, the writing was on the wall when they let Parsons go. It's like, okay, you don't want to take this season seriously, I guess.
Yeah.
And
that's a.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, to me, going back to the Falcons, the Falcons make no sense to me. Because they beat the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football and beat them pretty well. And I get now the Bills are kind of we'll see. They beat the Bills, and then 2 weeks later they play the Dolphins and lose 34-10. What are what are they?
Yeah, it's crazy. You're right, but to Mr. Hugo's point, I mean, Green Bay is just as mysterious. I mean, they've lost to Cleveland, Carolina, and they tied a Cowboys team.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
It's just. I mean, listen, it's the way of the world in the NFL. We're sitting here 9 games in a season that has been better than most people maybe even would have predicted at this point for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we have no idea who the hell the Jaguars are at 5-4. I don't think we do, at least. We have no idea. So I think there are a lot of teams around the league that don't know what their team is. Who are the Miami Dolphins?
I know. Can we make ourselves feel a little better real quick? Who is the worst team in the NFL? Hamby?
Shoot. Well, I was going to say the Saints, but they picked up a dub.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, do we go Titans?
Hey.
I think it's the Titans.
I don't want to speak that into existence. Then they play the Jaguars.
Yeah, I don't honestly don't want to say that.
Careful now.
We are so afraid.
Steady.
We are so afraid. Well, you could say the Jets are the Titans. Jets are the Titans, and they play them 3 times.
I know.
Give me the Raiders, baby.
Give me the Saints. I'm not sold. Not sold. It was a one-off. It was a Tyler Shuck bump.
Hey, I'll give you one more. How far do you have to go up the list? I'm not saying they're the worst, but how far do you have to get to Arizona?
No, I think Arizona's 3-6, but I think they play hard, man.
Jacoby Brissett.
Oh yeah,
he leads.
Eat your heart out, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, we're screwed in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, another backup. Gosh, play Kyler, please.
By the way, how much are you just waiting for me to bring up the Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray thing again now?
What do you want me to say? I mean, if you put Kyler Murray on the Colts, are they undefeated? I think you can make a case for it.
Oh wow,
make a case for it. Start running that option with Jonathan Taylor. Just saying. Just saying.
Life comes at you fast. I could not win this argument for 3 years. And then now you look up, and Daniel Jones is in MVP conversations a week and a half ago, and Kyler Murray is getting benched.
For Jacoby Brissett. No, this kind of comes full circle, right? Because, Brent, wasn't Jacoby Brissett the kind of guy you hate on all the time? Was that him or some other player?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, it was really Tyrod Taylor. But
it was Tyrod. Never mind then. Scratch that, Tyrod Taylor. If Tyrod Taylor comes in somehow to Arizona, like if Jacoby Brissett has, knock on wood, but hopefully he stays healthy. But if something happens to him and Tyrod Taylor comes in and balls out for the Cardinals, then it's officially come full circle with Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, and Tyrod Taylor.
Well, crazy enough, one of the swings and misses that Ballard took with QB was Jacoby Brissett, though, in Indianapolis.
Yeah, maybe that saved his job.
It is a little bit.
I brought him here, and now look what he's doing. You guys should have listened to me.
And Brissett didn't play well against Seattle, but nobody really has. But Brissett actually has played pretty well. Most people think he won the job, and that's why they put Kyler Murray on IR. So we'll see what the Jags do against Jacoby Brissett, who now isn't the backup quarterback, we should say. He's just the starter. He won the job. He's a starter. He's not a backup. He's Jacoby Brissett, the starter in Arizona. Let's take a break. Noon hour hits. Casey Kurtz will join us in just a bit. We'll also talk some more football. And don't forget, our Whataburger Game of the Week. We have playoff action in high school football. Oakleaf and Nice, that should be a fantastic game. You can watch it live on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. We'll also have the Farrah Friday Night Zone Blitz from 8 until 10 o'clock. Show you some action from around the area. We give it to you playoff style coming up this week. Oh, the weather feels like football, and now it's playoff football on the high school Friday nights. Can't wait. Oakleaf and Nice, our Whataburger Game of the Week.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you.
Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it.
String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Well, a couple rookies of the year in Major League Baseball. It is award season, and Kurtz for the A's gets it. Well deserving. Hamby, would you say?
For sure. I mean, Casey's family. I mean, it's great great baseball player, and I don't really care about that. All I care is Baldwin got it in the NL.
Yep, got to find a way to
sneak
in the
that's
Braves.
Why that's why I avoided it. That's why I didn't want to mention it.
Yep. Good job.
But no, I feel like Kurt should have got after that, just that one game that he had or whatever. Like, he should have got it. Yeah, like 4 home runs or whatever.
That wasn't right?
Yeah.
Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby, and Casey Kurtz. The Hot Stove League could be good, right, guys? Like I don't pay attention to that as much as I used to, but yeah, he's looking at Cameron Saprika has entered the room.
Yeah,
you got to put some skates on, Casey Kurtz.
That's Iceman guy. That's me now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the screen.
Shout out. Yo, is he a defender?
Oh, shoot.
He is a
no idea what's
defenseman.
going
Yes,
on.
he's a defenseman. He was great, by the way. We had him on last week. He was great.
Last week? That's been on there since last week?
I guess so.
Well, it's only Tuesday. I think it was Thursday.
That's true.
Will Hamby spell the name right? That's the big question.
I have Casey's name on lock.
I mean, I guess we're going to find it. Hey, look at that. My dog. Appreciate you.
We used to do this thing in Albany where a guy, one of the guys I worked with, he would always text us, and he would sign it like some other's name, right? Like somebody in the Albany sports scene, or like a horse trainer, or an Albany River Rat, or a New York Yankee, or whatever, just somebody that we covered. And I think we should maybe do that to Casey. We should name him something different every time he comes on the show.
I like it.
That's fine. At least the Jacksonville sports scene's a little bit better than the Albany sports scene. I mean,
that's why I'm here.
That's what we call an upgrade.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm glad, Brent. Glad you made the
although
upgrade.
18 years at Jaguars could question that, but
yeah, Albany hasn't lost in football yet, from what I hear.
They have not. They have not done that. An occasional trip to the NCAA tournament is what you get instead. Hey, what was the name of the show you told me to watch yesterday, Austen?
Pluberous.
Oh, he just told me to watch that as well.
Yeah, I'm spreading the word.
I watched the first episode.
Now, hold on. Did you watch the first episode without your cell phone, or were you on Twitter the whole time, like going back and forth? Because you got to pay attention to this show.
No, it was last night about midnight. I just watched the show, eating some extra toasty Cheez-Its on the couch.
Snack mode.
And yeah, I was in snack mode a little bit. And it's funny you bring up a cell phone because I made an observation, and very late in the episode they actually acknowledge it, I think. But I made an observation about 50 minutes into that show, and I'm like, I think I've seen maybe one cell phone, and I've seen 2 landlines already in this show. I'm like, what is going on here?
Spoilers.
And then yeah. But wasn't that? Did you notice that in real time?
Yeah.
I saw 2 landlines.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody had that other than my mom still.
When is this show set?
Current.
Okay.
Current. Yeah, I did notice that, and obviously, if you get into the show without getting any really spoilers, you don't really need a cell phone anymore. And landlines are kind of a thing. But what'd you think, Brent? Craziest show you ever watched, or one of them? Wild, right?
Well, pretty wild. It was pretty wild. And again, I'm not like, that's not my genre usually.
There were no cows or anything?
I'm going to.
There was no
there
cows.
Weren't cows.
No cows, no cowboy hats.
Brutal.
No cops. No,
Oh, there's cops, Brent. There's cops.
Well, there are, yeah. But anyway, you get through that first one. I'm interested to see where it goes based on what you told me yesterday, because you said it's not really what you think. And so I think I know where it's going, but we'll find out over the next couple of episodes. I'm giving it a try.
Okay, give it a try, man.
It has nothing to do with Breaking Bad, right? Just Vince
Is it
Gilligan.
pluberous or pluribus?
I don't know. Pluberous? Is it a word? I don't know.
It's definitely, it's pluribus.
Pluribus. Okay. What does pluribus mean?
Just like a grammar show. It has to do with plurals and non-plurals.
Oh, no.
Post.
I was going to say.
American post-apocalyptic science fiction psychological thriller television series.
Huh. I'm in.
That's
I'll
one.
watch.
That's one way to put it.
Shout out Vince Gilligan. Bro's been known to make good TV.
Yeah, everyone's like ranting and raving about it.
Breaking Bad guy.
Austin told me he was from the Breaking Bad guy. I know his name.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I feel like dude doesn't really miss. I've never seen. We've been over this before. I haven't watched Breaking Bad, but I appreciate how good it is because everyone tells me how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the guy doesn't miss.
Yeah, Better Call Saul was good as well.
What else has he done?
Better Call Saul, which I haven't seen either, but heard good things.
It's like the prequel to Breaking Bad. It's about the lawyer. It's good. Some people like it better than Breaking Bad. I think they're wrong, but
You really liked Breaking Bad, Casey?
Oh yeah, no, it's really quality stuff. I liked it a lot. I like Bryan Cranston.
Yeah,
though,
some
so
people
helped,
say
and I liked it a lot.
Like some people call that like one of the GOAT shows, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely.
And I think Casey, like in terms of once again, I haven't really seen a lot of Breaking Bad, but I feel like the cinematography, like the way that it's shot, you're gonna see a lot of that in this new show as well.
That's cool.
Because like the camera angles and like the long drawn out scenes, are something that you're not really accustomed to seeing with like other directors. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a staple for sure. And I mean, there's a lot of Breaking Bad where like they're just standing in the desert.
Yep. There's some of that here.
So like you gotta kind of get past that. But yeah, the way that it's shot, I think, is a key part of Breaking Bad because any show can kill people, but can you kill people and shoot it pretty cool?
Yeah,
and, Breaking Bad can do that.
I watched The Irishman for the 6th time over the weekend, 3.5 hours.
Yep.
Jeez.
Didn't regret it 1 second.
Hamby's a big mafia movie person, which I appreciate.
All right.
I appreciate it a lot. Yeah.
6 times. Huh?
What's that one? The Irishman?
The Irishman.
Yeah.
De Niro pretty much just goes all movie, and Pesci goes, and Al Pacino goes, oh yeah. And that's pretty much the movie, and a bunch of people die, and it's awesome.
Thanks. Save me some time, man.
That's good. I haven't seen. That's surprising. I haven't seen a.
It's up there with my Kirchen. I like it, Hamby. that was nice.
I haven't seen
Gus Johnson
Pacino
for you yesterday.
and Pesci movie.
I haven't seen it either, Brent.
I haven't seen it. The only reason that I've been wanting to see it, but it's like 3 hours long.
It's 3.5.
Okay,
Oh, pass.
and if I'm gonna watch a movie, I gotta watch it through. I'm not just go, okay, let's take a break for today and then watch it tomorrow. Like I have to watch it all front to back.
Who's got 4 hours? What were you watched it this weekend?
Yeah, like is this like the director's cut? Why is it so long though?
Yeah, I watched it Saturday evening.
No football?
After Georgia played, it was in between Georgia and Florida, Kentucky, and Alabama, LSU. So like the 3:45 to 7 window.
Huh. You got YouTube TV?
I used to, not anymore.
My man.
You get rid of yours too?
Wow.
See, because this was like I didn't.
I'm lazy, man.
I still have it too. I didn't really care enough about this, but I agree with your point. Like, what was I watching at 3:30? I want to say Oregon, Iowa. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And then everything the rest of the night was on ESPN platforms. The only thing that was on like regular was whoever Notre Dame played, and it was terrible. So I just gave up. I watched Remember the Titans, actually. I'm glad you brought that up.
Baby.
I never would have remembered that.
All right, Casey.
I was flipping through the channels, and I was like, oh, I like this movie.
Little nostalgia?
Because I'm not paying to watch the Gators lose to Kentucky. I didn't care enough to pay to watch FSU lose to Clemson. So I was like, all right, I'm either going to go to bed or watch this, and I watched Remember the Titans.
I had this conversation with my friend real quick. Like, I feel like I grew up like in the perfect time of sports movies because, like, you know, sports movies as a kid, like they can make a difference in your life, right? Like, I grew up with Remember the Titans. I grew up with like Little Giants. Friday Night Lights was a little later, but like I was in high school and that movie was like crazy. Like, it seemed like it hit just the right time where it was like, okay, I'm young, I'm going into high school. Like, football is everything. Football is life. And all those movies kind of like reiterated that. I mean, I also had
Facing the Giants
program. I know Facing the Giants. Never seen Facing the Giants, Hamby. I also had the program, which was like a giant "don't do steroids" PSA, basically. But like that had some effect on me as well. But like I feel like nowadays, like kids don't get that. Like, are there good like kids sports movies anymore? Like,
that's a good question.
You know, like do kids have like their own version of the Mighty Ducks? And
I think they remade it, but
did they really?
I think
it was a TV.
It was a TV show.
It was a TV show. You're right.
That's a good question, actually. I'm trying to think of like recent sport. I mean, they made
like,
the Kurt Warner movie. That's kind of a sports.
We're
movie.
all good. But I have like the Sandlot we grew up with, and
what's that incredibly cheesy football? Is it All American on Netflix?
Yes,
it's a show.
Yes,
it's so bad.
I haven't seen it. You seen it, Brett?
But it's not a kids one. Yeah,
no,
I've seen parts because Kaylee watched it and Steph watched it. But I don't really think it's a kid. Like, it's not in the same world as like Austin is saying, right? I don't feel like it's Mighty Ducks and the program and like those kind of things. It's more, I don't know, what would you even call it, Hamby? You know, it's more like a soap opera-ish. You know what I mean?
Oh, like Friday Night Lights, the TV show, kind of was. I didn't watch it. I heard things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think so.
I don't even know many sports movies for kids that
like they had Space Jam like Space Jam 2.
Yeah,
it was fine.
What was that movie?
They had a Giannis movie come out about like his childhood. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
The one maybe a year or two ago with Adam Sandler and the dude comes over from Spain that he finds playing pickup.
Yeah, but see, that's not.
And they use like Anthony Edwards in it. I know that.
Actually, good movie too. I forgot what it's called.
That's
but
like
I've
the
seen
equivalent now. I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were saying Uncut Gems was a child's movie. And I was like, whoa.
No, not Uncut Gems.
This is why you don't go on. You know, this is why you don't bet, Ronan.
It's a basketball movie, kind of.
You see what happened to Adam Sandler at the end of Uncut Gems? Remember that? Yeah.
Well, he's a scout for like the 76ers.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen it, and it was a great movie. The Joseph Valenzuela or whatever is the guy that
Hustle.
Hustle is the basketball player in it. Yeah.
Bo Cruz.
Bo knows, yeah.
And Anthony Edwards, his name is
This was a bit.
Wiltz.
I know this was a.
Dude didn't have final say.
It's a while ago now, but would Blindside fit in this category?
That was my childhood, though.
Yeah, okay, that was Hamby.
Yeah, because I definitely watched that when I was in like for sure.
My childhood was like that.
Yep.
I've watched all the classics, but like specifically catered to my childhood was that movie. and the stupid one that The Rock made where he was a football player
Hey!
and his daughter.
That sucks.
Oh, settle down.
I
Yeah,
watched
what
that
are-
10 times. Come
what
on,
are,
man.
What are Hamby's like motivations? Do you want to be an offensive lineman and get adopted by a family, or do you want to like have a kids and like
Be a single dad.
Be a single dad. Sweet. Dude, and people in the chat like, dude, I had the Water Boy. I had Bobby Boucher. I was going crazy.
Seriously.
That Rock movie was okay.
What was that
Chill
called?
out, Casey. Relax.
What was that called?
Doesn't matter. Is that?
It was pretty much a Disney movie.
It was a
though.
Disney movie. It was The Rock, and I think
The Game Plan.
The Game Plan. It was Madison Pettis, right? The girl?
Yes. Good pull.
What are you pulling out, Madison Pettis?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Casey
I
knows
seen
his
it,
That's
bro.
a really good point you bring up, though. That's a good point, Austin. I mean, usually, like, I saw this whole category of Disney movies, but they've come out with a whole new category of Disney movies.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
can't find it in sports, I guess, right? I mean, that's pretty interesting that they can't seem to find that, whether it's from an actor standpoint. I haven't seen the new
Even Air
F1
Bud is
movie.
retired.
Is that along the lines?
Say it again, Brett.
Bud.
Do you know how many times I
Is
had my
F1
chocolate lab in my grandma's house trying to hit a basketball and he just wouldn't do it? I'm like, dude, come on.
Air Bud was a goat.
When I was a kid, I'm like,
So
what
sick.
the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm throwing the basketball,
I
put it
missed
in the
that one.
basket.
You never seen Air Bud?
Oh, Brent.
I
Never
know what you're
seen
talking
it?
about, but
Dude
I
did
haven't
everything.
seen
He
it.
was playing
No, I didn't see
basketball, was playing football. He was a golden receiver, too.
Air Bud's
He was.
the everything.
Yeah.
it. Golden receiver.
He
He
wasn't?
was on the Jags right now. He'd be the Jags leading receiver.
He would.
Mean to tell me he wasn't?
He was incredible
He
out
was a
there.
golden receiver, man. Yep.
It's unbelievable. I brought up F1. I know that's a popular movie right now. Would that fit in the cat? I have no idea what it's even about other than
don't think
F1.
Yeah,
So,
no.
does that fit?
It's a racing movie, but I don't think kids are clamoring to like, let me see this racing movie.
No,
You know,
I think it's more serious than.
it's
like,
drama, right?
Yeah,
it's drama
I
based.
think. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but from what I gather,
What's been the last great like sports movie? Like I remember like Miracle was big when I was, I think I was in high school and that came out.
Ugh.
Like no, you're not a Miracle guy, huh?
we know how it ends. I'm not big. I told you this the other day. You're telling me you didn't know how Miracle was going to end? You didn't have a
Hey, I
suspicion?
I had an idea how it was gonna end. Didn't mean I didn't enjoy the movie.
Okay, fair enough. You could, yeah, that's fine.
What all of a sudden it's a twist and the Russians beat them?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need to go. I know how it's probably going to play out.
You imagine?
Okay, hold on. I got 42. It's not obviously
Jackie
a kids
Robinson?
movie
That is not a kid's movie.
at all, but it is a classic, I think, and it's more recent than anything else we've named.
Yeah, but if you're showing your kids 42,
No,
you need
no,
to get
no.
banished off the planet
Well,
because they
that's-
be saying some things in there.
They
that are
do,
just
but it's
crazy.
also a great movie.
It is good. It's
puts
great.
you back in that time.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been. I feel like.
Yeah, but that's.
Yeah. Also trying to
It's
keep
not
my
like
son out of
these-
that time. Like
Well, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
they don't
that's the
make
only thing
Angels
when
in the
I've-
outfield and Rookie of the Year anymore.
That's the only thing that
they
I've
really
seen on this
don't.
classics list that's in the last 10 years that I recognize, at least.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Yeah.
It's wild. I guess they've changed. Whatever.
Everything's animated again, Brent.
Just a thought.
Going back to animation.
Yeah, you got to get. Oh, that might be part of it. You got to get the Jacksonville guy that you got up in Savannah to go make something, and be the next kid star.
Oh, Tyreek. He's really popular with the kids.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys.
Yeah,
that, but-
let him
Yeah.
begin.
I saw he was at the San Francisco 49ers game
go.
today. Bros
Brent's
everywhere.
gonna push for like a pickleball movie or something.
Oh god.
You imagine like an inner city like pickleball movie. Like they didn't have much, but they had pickleball, and I gotta get off these streets, and like the kids playing pickleball, but like obviously the savage life is calling him back in, trying to push him back in, but he's like, no, I'm trying to play pickleball. No, you belong to the streets, and the ending is like he has this big match, and if he wins it, he gets out of the streets, but if he doesn't, something happens, something like that.
That's good.
There you go, Brett. Eat your heart out,
There you
Chat
go.
GPT. I
Make
just
it.
did it for you.
We got the reference game,
Maybe the
guys.
kids just don't feel that way anymore. They don't feel
They're
like it's
watching
too
K-pop
corny,
Demon
right?
Hunter,
Like,
Brent.
They're watching K-pop Demon
Yeah.
I
Hunter.
just figured out what that was last night.
Why? It's
oh,
pretty
that thing's
huge,
gone
actually.
wild, Hamby.
I didn't know. I'd never heard of it.
Hamby, thanks for joining us in 2025.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
my
It's good
dog,
to
are
have
you a fan? Because boy, do I have some stuff I can sell to you.
No, I haven't seen the show.
Oh,
I
no, the movie. It's a
no-
movie,
Well, it's a movie.
right?
Ooh. I think
it's a movie.
I think it's a movie.
I think they're making a show, but the first thing was a movie.
Well, I realized this because 3 of the top 10 songs on Spotify are from that.
Hey, dog.
Do you think that was ChatGPT? Honestly,
no. I could tell you right now from
How
the
do you-
production.
No, but I'm saying this story.
Oh.
K-pop demon hunters?
Well, I will say I did recently meet up with the 2 people that created it.
Yeah.
They
ChatGPT. There you go. Awesome.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, give me something that's going to tie in with, kids that, okay, well, Demon Slayer is really big, so let's take some key elements of Demon Slayer and take those demons, and then you know what else is really big? K-pop, and let's combine that for K-pop demon hunters. Then
it's a bop.
It's in the name, yeah.
It's working.
Mm-hmm.
It's ingenious.
Yeah.
Ingenious. We're playing the reference game. When we come back, let's take a time out. Brent and Austen Show. Casey Kurtz, Jason Hamby as well on the Action Sports Shacks 24/7 network. I did want to ask you guys if you read anything into the throw of the headset from Liam Cohen at the end of the game. A lot of people are interpreting that he's done with Trevor Lawrence. Was that your interpretation on that day a couple of days ago? Plus, we'll play the reference game when we come back here on the network. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3, don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown!
Duval! ETN is going to take it all the way!
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
You have the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Shacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
We're going to play the reference game here. Is this, should we already start, Hamby? Is this the first one, or is this a little bit of a tease? What do you think?
This is one of them, yeah.
I haven't looked at it.
Well, we didn't. I didn't really digest it. Austin's probably already got it. Well, no. Let me get this. Just a quick around the horn on this one. Did you see all the stuff in the last 36 hours on the little 5-second clip or 3-second clip of Cohen throwing his headset at the end of the game, and everybody's like, "He's done with Trevor."
Yeah.
What was your interpretation of the toss of the headset?
I mean, I think that, we like to celebrate Liam Cohen in terms of at press conferences, everything. He kind of speaks like what the fans are thinking. And I think in that moment, he threw that headset thinking what every single fan was thinking. You let Davis Mills do what? Like, that I think is where the frustration of the headset throw came from. Where it's like, that was a game that we were supposed to win. We gave every opportunity to win that game, and Davis Mills came out in the second half and just did what to us? Like, that's where I think the frustration came from, because it's the most frustrating point of that game. Like, yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around on both sides of the football, but Davis Mills looking like he did it as Davis Mills is, to me, it's the most frustrating part.
What do you think, Casey?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know if I was the head coach of a team that did that and floated like that on the field, I would have done a lot more than throw a headset. I would have been punching people. And, I mean, it's just really, really bad. So, and again, you guys talked about it yesterday. Like, he's standing there, right? He doesn't call the defense, but he's hearing what's going on defense, and you think, all right, somebody at some point is going to make a play here. We're not going to blow this thing. And same on offense. So I think just you get to a point of, I can't believe that happened. I'm mad at them. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at my coaches. I'm mad at everybody. And unfortunately, the only thing here that doesn't have feelings is his headset, so I'm going to smash it. I don't think it has an overwhelming arc at Trevor Lawrence. I think it has just the fact of what the bleep just happened. I'm snapping this headset.
Yeah. Hamby, you kind of think the same way?
Absolutely. I don't think there's no way you could tie this to any one player. This is heat of the moment. You lost the game. Does it have to be any bigger than that? I don't think so. If you take all the names off of the jersey, you were up 19, you lost, something's going to get spiked, whether it's my phone in the couch or his headset on the ground. Like, if you had something in your hand as a Jaguars fan, you more than likely spiked it, and if you didn't, it's just because you were letting it, either because your girlfriend was in town or you were just letting it fly verbally. One of the three things happened.
Good mention, Hamby.
Nice, man.
Nice mention right there. By the way, I will say, listen, I think people saying this are like, oh, they're so fed up with it's like, I don't think that's it. I do think there was frustration even on the final
a month ago. Hit him in the chest. Hit him in the chest. He's pissed at him. No, he's not.
I think it was one more layer of frustration, though. Like, yeah, of course, we don't even get the playoff. You know what I mean? Of course, like, we have 7 seconds to go make a throw to even – now, listen, it's desperation. It's unlikely. I think he understands that. But it's like, also, yeah, of course. Like, to add to everything else that just happened over the last 40 minutes, we don't even get the ball out of our hands. You know? Like, I would be – I could ride with that. Like, I would probably be like that, too. Anyway, it's just the interpretation about every little thing in the NFL. And I said this to Foye Lukin yesterday. It's just a wild machine, the NFL. And sometimes it hits you how wild it is. The highs and the lows are so – the gap is so big. I mean, think about last week, how mad everybody would have been if they hit the 2-point conversion. They didn't. Instead, everybody's happy. Think about 29-10 at 3:45 or 3:30 on Sunday afternoon, and where this thing was going at 6-3, and now think about it yesterday morning. You know, like, it's just amazing that the NFL has created that, and because of some of that, we dissect every single thing. I mean, I got my kid going back and watching the entire game yesterday, dissecting, like, the Jags defense, and he doesn't get paid to do it. It's just that thing is wild to me. Or, hey, I actually say, nice job, Ty. You might want to go be a coach, go work your way all the way up, and then get fired at some point, because that's a hell of a gig.
That's a good point. Buyout money, man.
That too.
That's good parenting, Casey.
No, I'm with you, but if you're not going to go that route and be fired by an SEC or Big Ten school, maybe do something else. Probably be better for your mental health. Might be more productive. Listen, you do what you want to do. I get it. You use your time how you want to use it. But holy cow, Ty. I mean, we might want to check on it, Brent, instead of making a little like, hey, he loves the Jags so much he's dissecting the defense. We might want to turn that to, hey, Ty, you all right? Like, when's the last time you hugged your son, Brent? You might want to maybe consider doing that.
That's a good question. Man. I don't know. Maybe I'll give him one today.
I would. Sounds like he needs it.
All right, let's play the reference game.
All right, we'll start with the NFL.
The reference game.
All right. Obviously, everybody will have played for the Jags. Most of the theme here is going to be longevity. All of them. Basketball, baseball,
longevity,
and football. So.
Started in Buffalo. Was on Jacksonville last year.
They're hard today, fellas, by the way.
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year in the mix way back in 2015 for Buffalo.
He got second. Yeah, he did not win. He got second. I honestly thought you guys would get this one in like seconds.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options. He was a second.
Just played here last year. Just played here last year.
I mean,
You think he's a secondary player?
He's got to be.
Yeah, he had picks. I mean, I guess he could be a
linebacker. But like, I don't.
He could be a linebacker. Who played the Jags last year?
Did they cut any linebackers last year? Been in the league?
I don't think they did, actually. Good call. Wow. Who were the safeties last year?
I mean,
I can't believe you
it's
guys.
It's not Savage. Savage was with the Green Bay, so it's not
Cisco.
him.
It's not Cisco.
It's not Cisco.
Yeah, of course not.
No,
of course.
No, I was just saying that's who was our safety.
Yeah, we're just speaking it out, Brent. We're just talking through it.
This was a real bad signing. This was a Ryan Nielsen.
Why do I not remember this?
Holy cow! What the?
Wow, you guys.
I'm embarrassed.
Last year seems like a long ways ago.
Darby. Okay, we're back.
God.
We're back. Baltimore. Yeah, man. For some reason, I thought he was in Baltimore a lot longer. I didn't know he was only there for a year.
Austin, I thought the same thing, man. I was like, well, it's not Darby. He was there longer than that.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize he had been on that many teams.
Me neither. Yeah. I thought he was more of a Baltimore guy. Okay.
All right, that was bad.
All right. Retired now.
Yep. Forced to.
Oh, man. Okay.
Who is it?
Houston.
Oh, okay.
Pro Bowler with
the
Titans and Eagles.
This is hurting my head here.
I would find if I were you, Austin, I'd find Jax. I would look at the years and think.
No, for sure. I got you. I mean, he's definitely. Oh, I know who this is.
You played with him.
I know it. Did you want me to let him get it first?
You can do whatever you want.
Is this Jesse Madden?
Is this?
Yeah, it's Jason Babin.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
work.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yep.
Babin, whose
Known
whose
go
kid's
ahead.
going to be a collegiate player. Good player.
Yeah, is he at Ponte Vedra?
Yeah, he played
Where's
for a
he go to
while.
school?
Yeah, Ponte Vedra, and I can't remember where he committed to. I think he's I can't remember where he's going to college, but yeah, he's a good player, I think.
Okay, cool.
18 sacks.
He might already be in college. I think that was last year.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
18 sacks. You're right. How about that, man? 18 sacks. What a season.
I always made the joke when we played the Miami Dolphins one year, and it was him versus Richie Incognito for the most broy tattoos of all time. It was wild. It was a matchup for the ages.
This isn't Mike Sims Walker, is it?
Nope.
Just played for Jacksonville. Oh, okay.
Well,
no, Miami in
there's one Miami
2008.
in there.
Oh, I didn't see Miami. Okay.
Teammate of yours.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
These are tough today, I'm telling you.
All right, what do we? Yeah, these are tough. So this is like receiver. Wasn't very good down the stretch, obviously, of his career. This was
Austin's
right
teammate
when
you're
I
talking about.
got
Have
to
some respect.
Jacksonville.
I mean, it's not Sims Walker.
All right.
Not Thomas. Dude, wide receiver or is he a tight end? That's the real question.
Fairness, though, it's not Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's definitely not Mercedes. 29, 30-year-old receiver back in 09, 010, or
baby.
tight end.
Gotta love 010.
Rushing. Definitely a tight end, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I do not know.
I don't know. That 41 catches for 16 yards a tote in 2005.
Yeah, nobody's no tight ends getting that many yards per reception.
Yeah, it's not Wilfork, is it?
Oh.
Wilfork?
I mean, not Wilfork. Wilford.
Ernest
Wilford.
It was Ernest Wilford. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Wow, Brent.
You should have had his police stats up there too. Isn't he a cop now?
I should. Yes.
Yeah, he should have
He is a cop,
how many arrests? How many bookings?
You guys have seen have seen the story, right? Like the Jags have 7.
Yeah.
That JSO has 7 former either Jags or NFL players on their force now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Not playing around here in Jackson.
All right, here we go. We're transitioning to baseball now.
That was a good pull by Brent.
Nice job, Brent.
I said that was a good pull, Brent. I gave you credit.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
good?
I was just patting myself on the back.
All right, here we go. Longevity.
To be determined?
Was a
Gosh,
Brave at one point.
It's challenged my eyes.
Was a Red Sox at one point. To be determined.
World Series. World Series.
Where do you see that?
2013.
Oh, you just.
Well, if he played for Boston.
I got you. Yes, yeah. He did win the World Series.
Gomes. That's Gomes. That's Johnny Gomes.
Johnny Gomes?
That is Johnny Gomes.
Brent's never heard of him?
Remember Johnny
crap.
Gomes?
That's a good one. Yeah, Johnny Gomes. That's
Gomer.
awesome. That was a great pull.
That guy's awesome.
How'd you get that?
Well,
Yeah,
I
he
know
was
that he
good.
started with his career with the Devil Rays.
Damn right he did.
And I remember him being on the 13-year team with, that was Millar's end. And then, he had one half with us in this last year, and I love that we finally got him because I liked his personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Johnny Gomes. He's a character.
Is he? Okay.
He was like at the World Series parade, chugging beers with no shirt on. He's one of them.
Okay. I like
All right,
that.
here we
I
go.
like it.
The highlighted thing means nothing.
Sure.
Former Brewer.
Ooh.
Had his best years with the Brewers.
With
also.
the Brewers. Okay. Came from Cleveland.
35 dongs in 2018 with the Brewers.
And okay.
Played the Braves a
Wow.
couple of times
He
with
must
the
have been on
Marlins.
steroids.
Nice.
It's possible.
Oh, wait.
Was he on the Braves?
No, he played against the Braves though. And the Rays.
Okay, this isn't Braun.
This is
Said
not
steroids.
Braun.
I know he said steroids.
Traded in 22 to Miami.
This El Caballo?
No, but
Around that?
no, not around
No.
that time. But
Around, okay.
if he looks like Elka.
He looks like El Caballo. Okay.
Who's El Caballo?
El Caballo.
It's not Justin Bohr, is it?
I can't explain to you how Justin Bohr looks nothing like Carlos Lee.
Oh, Carlos Lee.
But no,
it's not Weeks, is it?
It's not Weeks.
No.
Although Weeks did play for the Rays as well.
So. Yeah. I mean, it's not. Hold on. It's not Prince. No, because it's second. No, definitely not.
Right position.
He's definitely like
first baseman. Okay.
Yeah, first baseman, right? Because he had 10 sacrifice flies to lead the league.
Sexton?
How do you find that out of all the stats on the screen? Oh, that's some sack flies. Got to be a first baseman.
Carey?
Well, 35 homers.
I'm sorry, Corey. No, Corey Hart was an outfielder. Okay, no.
Amber, you back there?
Yeah. Goodness.
I mean, he looks like Carlos
first
Lee.
Baseman for the Brewers.
Big.
Yeah.
Hispanic.
Oh, Thames? All right.
No. Ames. Who is Dames?
Thames.
Oh,
Eric Thames.
Yeah. No, that's a good call.
That's a good guess, actually.
That was a good guess.
Right,
Good
same
guess.
time-ish.
I know. You're saying same time. I'm naming every player except this guy I guess from the roster.
You will remember when.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, No.
I can't believe I can't remember him right now, though. I mean,
played for the Marlins.
Yep. Played for the Jumbo Shrimp.
Garrett
Oakland in 23.
It's not Garrett Cooper. No.
He was like a regular for the Marlins. So I mean, with 500 at bats.
He is casually not a white guy.
He's their first baseman. God, they stunk.
I know Garrett Cooper, Justin Moore.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting to that.
He's not white. Hispanic as Hispanic gets. You guys giving up?
I can't. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Had his best year with
I'm never
Milwaukee.
gonna
Can't
get it.
even get it.
Jesus Aguilar.
Aguilar.
Oh my gosh.
This was the
I
crazy
wouldn't have
thing
got
is
that.
too. This was a trivia question on a different on an
That's
app,
so painful.
Like,
Oh, really?
A couple months ago. Yeah, I didn't get it either.
Aguilar stumped him.
Oh man!
All right, this next one. Get your glasses out, Brent.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
2003 to 2019.
What is that? Is that a dictionary?
This is like
This is an immaculate grid answer you
This
want to remember,
dude is-
fellas.
Oh my God.
Freaking Edwin Jackson.
this is like
What was that?
Frankie
Edwin
Valley.
Jackson.
Edwin Jackson. Is it? You get it?
It is
Yeah.
Edwin Jackson.
Yeah.
Wow.
How'd you get that? Just because all the teams?
Yeah. I mean, there's not many people that have played for that many teams.
True. Edwin Jackson.
You son of a gun! He got it.
Oh yeah, he got it. Like,
Edwin
within a
Jackson is the
second.
right answer.
Yeah, I'm thinking a second. Crazy.
Yeah.
Edwin Jackson threw a no-hitter.
When's that
against the
last
Rays.
year, guys? So he
19.
stopped playing in 2019.
Yeah, 2003 to 19.
Brent's trying to squint for his life right now on this screen.
Wow. Oh my gosh! I can't. That looks like. This
I can't
feels like
imagine
I'm
on a
at the
cell
eye
phone?
doctor's.
I mean, are you on your cell phone or are you on like a laptop screen?
I'm on my computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
you got that.
All right,
Where
here we go.
are you?
Is that it?
Basketball.
I'm at the Starbucks parking lot.
Why?
Kelly's got a game.
Oh.
Chauncey
think.
Billups.
I'm going to watch Kaylee play.
Hey, I mean,
Got a game here in a little bit down in Florida Tech.
You
Chauncey
got
Billups.
it, and it's
100%.
Chauncey. Oh, it's Chauncey. It's Chauncey.
How did you get that so fast?
Pistons, Clippers.
I would have got that.
Is
easy
this-
too.
Brent, they got it
Brent,
already,
it's
buddy.
over.
I
It's
didn't
over,
even see
Brent.
he was a
Chauncey
point guard.
Billups. Chauncey Billups.
Is he cheating? Because he
No,
gets
I'm
these
not.
early.
No, that
It takes me.
if I would have focused, I would have got
I mean,
that.
I don't know
and a
for sure
half.
that he's not cheating. I can't.
It takes
see
me a
it.
second, and I get like literally a second head start because I have to transition the scene. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
And I was talking to
Is,
Casey about.
is there anything on the awards side of Chauncey Billups that has the FBI in it yet?
nah.
I would have given it away.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a good one because it was timely, you know. with the
one
whole-
one incarceration? Yeah.
All right, we got two more in about 3 or 4 more minutes. Here we go.
Well, that's what you're alluding to, Brent. I'm just finishing it.
Speaking of that, did you see the Emmanuel Clase thing?
Yes, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Only 200
Oh, yeah.
on prop bets now. How scummy! Thanks, Emmanuel Clase.
Did you have him? This past
Yeah,
year?
Of course I did.
thanks, Class.
Yeah, he did.
Trying to make some money.
All right, let me focus here. Other pro league comes back.
Come on, Brent.
Lakers.
Pull your weight.
That's player of the year.
17. He ended his career in 17. Sacramento.
Is this Bynum?
Gosh, I got him on the top. It's not
Bynum.
Not what I was thinking.
Amber, you back there?
Yeah, working.
Working through it. Did not play other pro league.
Chicago.
It's hard to give hints on this one because as soon as I give you hints, you'll know.
No, for sure.
There are two very obvious things that happen.
Really good defensive player.
Really good defensive player, yes, but Austin, you are not.
Oh.
What years was Odom?
Say it again.
Lamar Odom?
Nah, Odom wasn't in Chicago. Nah. Went to the... Come on, guys. Let's rally here.
Uh-oh. I know it's basketball, but...
Oh, no.
See, here's what's crazy to me about Hamby. He sees the other one and says, oh, I saw the two teams. Chauncey.
Plays...
Yeah. There's two teams on here that if I saw them,
I
would know right away. And I don't even...
This isn't... No, because it's... I'm thinking, like, okay, it's not Reggie, obviously. Way too... Really... I mean, Hammy, we're going back to Indiana. This was the dude.
Yep.
Paul George? No, definitely not.
Oh, that's Stevenson. That's not Lance Stevenson?
That's not.
Small forward, defensive player.
Indiana,
small forward, defensive player of the year nominee. Well, he
I
did
wasn't
get
watching
it.
when it was
He won defensive player of the year in 2003.
He did, correct.
Who the hell? Oh, no.
Best
Ron?
defensive player.
It's Ron. Okay. Ronnie.
Artest?
Meta.
Artest?
Oh, I will also accept Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace.
Gosh.
Because, there's the Knicks
I
right
had no
down
idea
there.
he
You
ever
knew he
played
played for the Knicks.
Meta.
I forgot he was in Sacramento. Yeah.
Never known he played.
Good job, Austin.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Last one.
This one's tough, fellas.
Those are good ones.
What do you
there's
call
another
those,
one.
Casey?
There's three of each. This one's tough. I just like his name. That's why I did it.
Was an all-star.
And he played for Milwaukee. Also played.
Yep. Shooting guard.
That's Bazemore.
It's not.
Dang it.
But I respect.
You like his name.
Hamby,
Interesting clue.
Hold up. When did he win a championship in Detroit? Or not? When did Detroit win the championship?
Not like 03.
Was it? It was a little late. Okay.
I don't know.
You might have.
I think it was later than that. I thought it was more like in the later 2000s.
Okay. No, it definitely
I might
wasn't
be wrong,
that.
but I thought it was.
I feel like might have been 2001 or 2. He might have been on the Pistons. Was he on it?
Did Dallas win a championship in?
They won in 04, so he was not.
He was not there. Okay, gotcha.
Did Dallas win a championship? I don't think Dallas won in.
Were they 2010?
Not there late.
Jason Terry.
So no, but you're
That's
close.
not a bad guess. Yep.
Similar idea. But
Milwaukee.
Jason
I was going
Terry
to say,
doesn't.
it's not like, why would you like his name?
Exactly, not a great name.
The Milwaukee thing's doing nothing for me.
Actually, hold on.
He was an all-star in Detroit.
This isn't Birdman, is it?
No, but I like what you're thinking. You're not close. Wrong. He's a black
Shooting guard.
dude. But yeah, okay. He was a coach that got fired in college.
Coach that got fired in college.
SEC coach.
Huh.
Fired recently. Good name. Quality
Who was
name.
Arkansas's coach before?
I wouldn't give that to.
Go ahead and nip that in the bud, huh? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Ham, it's down to us. He played in Atlanta for a little bit.
No.
Not a lot. 9 minutes a game.
We got like 45 seconds to get this. We got to get out.
Come on.
He was the coach of Vanderbilt.
Oh my god.
I mean, dude's been around forever. I
don't have it.
don't got it either.
Very stacked.
Oh!
Oh, I definitely got that.
Gosh, I definitely.
I had a Jerry Stackhouse jersey from like a rummage sale when I was a kid, with like that old school Detroit Pistons horse logo on it.
Yep.
That's. Oh man, I'm pissed. Hamby, I'm irate.
That's bad.
I'm irate.
Sorry, fellas.
Got to be better than that. That's on me, guys. I'm sorry.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, get us out of here.
All right.
Maybe you will. I don't know. This one's gonna hurt.
Stumped him.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has